I hit the button. Let me close the Stephen George stream. Hello. Y'all ready to bring the energy way down? Thanks for the follow, Chaz. Thanks for the follow, Padawan Becca. There are VCR noises happening. Thanks for the follow, Renee. The VCR noises may continue until morale improves. Welcome in, everyone. Lost Vagabond, good to see you. Oh my god. It's turned out to be a decent VCR. It cost me like $90 on eBay several years ago. And it's not even like a good one. I made some serious improvements lately to my VHS recording setup. Hello, Star Wars Trekkie. Thanks for the follow. But what I should really be using is like a professional 8-head VCR with S-video output, and I don't. Hello. Seal clubbing, what are you talking about? Also, this stream includes a Logitech C90 webcam blown up to 1080p pointed at a thing with no lights on it, so Steven physically cannot watch this stream. So welcome to the No Steven Zone. Let's see. Okay, yes, this works. So if I do this, boom, this is Golden VCR. .com. If you go to goldenvcr.com, you can log in with your Twitch account if you want. That will allow you to claim Golden VCR fun points, which you can use to do fun things. And you can browse all of the tapes. Curse Smash, thanks for the follow. How you doing? So I have 100-something videotapes currently on my shelf over there. Jace Book, hello. Thank you for the follow. VCR noise. So yeah, you can, if you, one of the things you can do if you sign in with your Twitch account, which is totally safe, all I do is use your Twitch account to identify you. I can't like do anything to your Twitch account if you connect it, other than see who you follow and who you subscribe to. If you log in with Twitch, then you can, as you're browsing tapes, you can click the little heart, and then you'll have favorite tapes. And then when you go to your profile, in addition to your Golden VCR Fun Point ledger, you'll also be able to see which tapes you favorited. So you can like look through if anything piques your interest and you want to see it streamed. Hey, is the raid happening? Did my raid alert work? I think we're working through follows. Hello. Hey, incoming raid. I made the alerts myself. I'm Chaz Jr. I wanted them to be appropriately VCR themed. Business Daddy. I was at breakfast stream and I don't know what that means. Anyway, hi everyone. This is my VCR. This is me. This I don't have background music or anything. This is a very low energy stream. But what I think we should do is pick a tape to play so that we have something to watch. Anise, thanks for the follow. Yeah, these follow alerts are just gonna keep playing. So thank you all for the follows. I can turn them off. Maybe I can. I'm just gonna mute the alerts for a second. Captain Gaspacho, thank you for the follow. I was going over the website, which I have here. It's goldenvcr.com. if you have like a web browser or a phone, you can go to goldenvcr.com yourself, and you can see everything that this cool website has to offer. That includes a full listing of all of the tapes in the Golden VCR collection. So you can scroll through, you can look at them, you can see the details. Getting started fly fishing from Cabela's, that's 90 minutes of fly fishing. You can read everything about it. You can go to the Explore page and browse by category. We got arts and crafts, we got children's stuff, we got Christmas. It's not Christmas yet. Maybe we'll do a Christmas stream at some point. There's a bunch of educational stuff. You can learn about how to be safe around dogs, or HTML, or fast jets. There's some entertainment stuff. This is one of my favorites. Ephemera. It's just like random stuff, and I don't know what it is, and it's very like, here's a bridge in Harmony, construction of the Lynn Cove Viaduct. This is like a historical promotional tape about a bridge being built. Oh my God, so many follows. Thank you for the follows. Zaz, man. I will be handing out Golden VCR fun points at a certain point. So we'll get into things, and then we can talk about Golden VCR fun points and the things that they allow you to do, which is currently not much. Anyway, why don't we start out with something? I'm going to pick something to start us out. I'll pick something short. And then if you, fair viewers, want to look at the tapes and see if there's anything you're interested in watching, we can do that. I'm not affiliate, so I can't even do polls to vote on things, but we'll get there. You can shout it out. How long is pressure washers? Sometimes the tapes don't have runtimes listed on the case, and you just kind of have to infer from looking at the reel how long they are. That, I don't know how long it is. Well, how long is Build Your Own Computer Desk? 25 minutes. That's perfect. That's perfect. So let's do that. Let me get this tape real quick, and I'll be right back. Swift for Sweeper, thanks for the follow. Thank you, everyone who's following. Aradesh, thanks for the follow. I wonder. Oh, it's Haley. Is something wrong? Is my chat?
I'm in a meeting, but
yeah.
Do you want to mod me so I can ban the spammers that are showing up?
Oh, there are spammers?
Yeah.
I didn't know there were spammers.
Yeah, they're different now, but you don't have to mod your wife, but
I'll mod you. I have to figure out how to do that. I think my chat extension, like I made my own chat, and I don't know if it's working because all I see is Business Daddy.
It was extremely delayed.
Ah, that might be it. Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, if you just mod me, I'm just keeping an eye on getting rid of those things.
Okay, thanks.
Love you.
Love you too. Ah, this is great. People might be talking. All I see is Business Daddy. Let me fix this real quick. Let's find twitch.tv/goldenvcr. Who is my wife? It's Haley. The coolest. How do I mod you? Mod? Whisper. The Twitch UI is so bad. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on twitch.tv now, and I can actually see the chat. Oh, thank you. /mod the goobliest. That's right. It's IRC. Excellent. Excellent. I knew there was something wrong with the chat. This is the danger of rolling your own Twitch overlay for OBS. Because it should scroll up. Like we get, okay, yep, and then what happens? Then it just kind of stops. Nope. Scroll test. So okay, see now it's working. Maybe it just got overwhelmed. I don't know. Well, I'll have to test that later. I tested it pretty thoroughly, I thought. Okay, now... No? Yep. Okay, I'm waiting to see hashtag daddy over there. No, it's getting delayed. Oh well, let me put this tape in, and then I'll sort out the chat overlay. This is Build Your Own Computer Desk, brought to you by the American Plywood Association. Dawn and George Morris are so excited to bring you this videotape experience. Let Morris Video help you make woodworking both fun and easy. Woodworkers of all ages are shown step by step the ABCs of woodworking. I should have known that that the chat was screwed up. Because you can, you know what, never mind. If you go to goldenvcr.com, you can view the details of this or any other tape. So feel free to do that. And right now, what I'm going to do is open up my other copy of OBS, which is what's capturing from the VCR. Oh, wait. Okay, that's bizarre. Now, is everyone saying the thing that Haley said earlier? I'm sure they're probably not. Trademark Zero Galactic. Are you all saying I'm literally in a meeting, but I want to destroy spammers? No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's right. That's a good raid message, though. Hashtag I'm literally in a meeting, but I want to destroy spammers. I'm just gonna do this. I'll put a third-party chat plugin in here in a minute. But for now, oh, this comes with a little, there's a little piece of paper in here. What does it say? Okay, so in this VCR, in this VHS case, someone's notes, computer desk, app plans, glue, nails, American Plywood, P.O. Box, Tacoma, Washington. They got the plans for their desk. So anyway, it's high time we put this in. Computer desk, Morris Video, number 717. It has been rewound. There's the supply reel, the take-up reel. Someone has been kind. So let's get over here, eject. Seal campaign. I wonder what that's about. I don't know, because it's time for Plywood desk. Oh, and here's the other thing. Okay. On my end, because I am Golden VCR, I can do this. And it doesn't work. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, I love this already. I really love this. Okay, y'all watch Plywood. I'm gonna fix the chat.
This good-looking piece of furniture is a drop-leaf computer desk. It has roomy, adjustable shelves, making it great for your computer and all of the peripheral equipment that goes along with it. But you could use it as a regular desk if you wanted to. These sturdy side panels fold in, and the top folds down, making it only 13 inches deep and 46 inches wide. The best part of all is that you can make it yourself quickly and easily and economically using structural wood panels, one of the most versatile.
Look, I have a pause button. I'm getting notes that the tape is a little quiet. It is a quieter tape. So let me see. It's already at max volume, but maybe if I boost it slightly. Yeah, I can crunch up the output gain on this compressor. So tell me if it gets absurdly loud. Is that any better?
Your host for this project is Don Vandervoort. He has written and edited many books on design, building, and remodeling for Sunset Books, and is a regular contributor for Home Magazine.
Complete plans for the projects shown in this and other tapes in this series are available from many building material retailers or by contacting the American Plywood Association. Each
God, I want all of
how
these.
to assemble drawings, a list of required materials, and hints on how to buy and work with plywood and other structural wood panels. In this program, we'll go through the basic steps in building this computer desk. But first, take a look at some of these other projects you can build. With plans from the American Plywood Association, you can build a place for all of your electronic equipment. These projects are not only functional and good-looking, they're also fun and easy to build, and they're all made with APA-graded structural wood panels. So what's so great about plywood? Well, because it's made from thin wood plies assembled in cross-laminated layers, it's extremely
I don't think I can debug
impact resistant.
my chat overlay while streaming, so I'm going to put CapChat in here real quick.
It's readily available at a reasonable cost, and it's made in a wide variety of grades to suit all kinds of do-it-yourself projects. For this computer desk, we'll be using another kind of wood panel product known as oriented strand board, sometimes referred to as a reconstituted wood panel.
It's a little buggy, though.
Oriented strand board.
Like I have to keep resetting it so it doesn't get out of sync.
But instead of being made from solid wood plies, it's made out of wood strands bonded together under heat and pressure with extremely durable adhesives. The distinctive appearance and the fact that it looks good from both sides makes it great for do-it-yourself projects. There are a number of other possibilities, including wafer board, another reconstituted wood panel, or APA trademarked medium density overlay. This MDO panel has a thin but very hard and durable surface that provides an excellent base for paint. The overlay can be specified on the face only or on both the face and the back. Other excellent panel grade options are sanded plywood such as AB, AC, AD, marine, and so forth. Now, sanded grades are identified by the grade of the veneer on the face and the back of the panel. These panels require little, if any, sanding because they're pre-sanded in the manufacturing process.
Okay, it's an
They're
underscore.
available both in interior and exterior grades. Panel manufacturers also produce APA textured sidings and APA rated sheathing. For more information on panel grades, contact the American Plywood Association. Okay, so let's build that computer desk. Now, the first thing to do is to read the plans. The nice thing about APA plans is that they include information on the tools and the materials you'll need, as well as complete panel layout drawings. Now, in addition to the oriented strand board, we'll be using white glue or urea resin.
Hey, we have chat.
Miscellaneous fasteners like nails and screws.
All I had to do was not write it myself.
Casters, some butt hinges, adjustable shelf clips, fine sandpaper, and a few basic tools.
Urea resin? Is plywood made out of pea?
Is to lay out the pieces you'll be cutting right on the panel. Now, I've turned this panel over and will be working from the back side. Because I'm using a power circular saw to do the cutting, and its teeth cut on the upstroke and may tend to chip away the wood a little bit. Now, this panel has a tongue and groove edge on each side. If your lumber yard only carries this style of panel, you can get that and then rip off the tongue. which is what I'll be doing. For doing the layout, you'll need a good straight edge, a tape measure, a pencil, and maybe a square. Make your first cut across the panel here at the end of the top shelf. Then measure across the left side and the left shelf divider.
This is
allowing
interesting.
for the width of your saw cut between them.
I mean, not the plywood.
The upper
It's not that
brace
interesting.
comes out narrower than shown. It's okay.
What's interesting to me is the fact that things aren't working.
Now I've marked 46 inches from the end on the far edge, and I'll establish 46 inches.
God, this must be what Chaz feels like when we're recording Broken Picture Phone and things just randomly break.
And now join the two marks with
And
the
it's
straight
like, damn
edge.
it, I tested this.
Like that. And now
See,
I'll recheck my measurement.
My server thinks that there's not currently a broadcast live,
Measure twice.
so it's not letting me set this as the
cut
current tape.
once. 46 inches. Adjust the depth that your saw blade will cut so that it goes about 1/4 of an inch beyond the thickness of the panel. Now, I've supported this panel from underneath with 2x4s so that when I make the cut,
So either
I'm
it didn't
cutting
get
off
the
that
message
all
from
away
Twitch.
also so that I won't cut into my work surface.
Oh my God.
There's one 2x4 on each side of the cutting line. And
Yeah, like I noticed sometimes there's a webhook that
well, I guess we're ready
you
to
can
cut.
configure where Twitch will send you a
Be sure to
message when
wear
your
eye
stream goes
protection.
live or goes
Be sure
offline.
to cut on the
Sometimes it
right
takes like
side of
5
the cutting
minutes
line.
after you go live for Twitch to send you that. Okay, time to SSH into the server and update the database. Huh. What is I don't know what exclamation points do. SSH. Hold on, do I have any secrets on screen? Probably.
Now I've cut out all of the pieces. Remember as you do this to measure and then cut and then measure and cut, always allowing for the width of the saw cut. And then as you cut the pieces...
Is Nightbot a Twitch thing? I didn't install any Nightbot.
When they're all cut out, you don't get the mixed up. Now I'm working again on the back side
Okay,
of the panel.
sudo -u
I'm gonna be using
postgres
the jigsaw
psql.
to cut the radiuses and the notches in these panels.
Select
And,
from
I'll show you how to cut a
broadcast.
radius first.
No broadcast.
Compass
Okay.
to mark the radius, but if you have something that's round and about the right
Insert
size,
into
you
broadcast.
can use that as a
Start it
pattern.
at
You
time
can just mark it like this.
now minus. How long have we been up? 20 minutes? 20 minutes. 20 minute. Doop.
This is the top shelf, and it has two
Great.
corners that are radiused.
Wait,
And
now
you
I can
cut
do
it like
this.
Now, as
Hell
you
yeah.
use the jigsaw, be sure to keep the base flat against your panel.
Look at that. I made it do that. And now I need to manually update the database to change the time that this tape started to 9 minutes ago.
Just like that. Now, I'll cut one of the notches in the left in support
I thought Twitch was
that holds
gonna
it
be
pulled out.
better than Google.
For this, we measure 4 inches across the panel,
Everything on the internet is a disappointment.
make a mark, then measure another 4 inches and mark,
9
measure a
minutes.
1/4 of an inch in from the end,
Did it. Okay.
and then draw a line across, and you can use your finger
I
as a
successfully managed to SSH into the database and manually fix things. It's the full Chaz experience.
gauge, just like that. Now, I'll show you how to cut that notch.
I've really been missing out on a lot of desk stuff.
First, cut in on the 2 short marks.
This looks like a really I don't know, plywood just seems like a very painful material to work with. So many jagged pieces of wood going into your body as you make this desk.
Side, and then I'll cut back to the first mark.
The music and the titles are the best part of this.
Pre-drill the holes for the shelf clips where they're shown in the plans. Then you can put on the 2-inch by 4-inch blocks on the fold-out supports and the sides where they're shown. Now, this is really easy to do. I'll show you how.
This was from
a little glue
here.
On. Be sure you put them where they're supposed to go.
Oh, shit. Juggling so many OBS windows.
Side and the edge, and use about a 3-penny nail for this.
Interact. This is from, what did we say, 1987. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to meet Don and George Morris of Morris Video. But this was 1987 when plywood was king, I guess.
This is a good time to do.
I want to find a tape from the American Medium Density Fiberboard Association.
Don't require sanding, but it's a good idea to get the roughness off of the edges. Be careful not to get splinters as you do this.
Be careful not to get splinters, because it is plywood after all.
Mark the placement of the bottom shelf on the side panels, and I've pre-drilled the screw holes, and I'm gluing the side panels to the bottom shelf. And this is very easy to do.
Did they show plans of this at any point, or did they just jump straight into cutting
the lines
plywood?
where the bottom shelf
I don't remember
goes.
seeing plans.
And push the pieces together. Get the marks aligned properly. Put in the
Like,
screw. Now I'm using
we have this that
about a 2.5
someone
inch
scrawled
screw
on a
for
piece of paper and stuffed into the tape
and then drive the screw in.
in 1987, perhaps. Well, this is what we're building, apparently, in 25 minutes. We got like 15 minutes to go.
I've added the upper brace, gluing it along the top edge and on the ends, and then screwing from the sides into the end of it and nailing from the bottom shelf down into the edge. And I'm adding the lower brace here. It gets glued at the ends and then screwed from here into
I do
the
have the
top
ability to
with
record
one screw,
these, like
and
take
then
a clean
with
recording
2
of the tape
screws
as I'm
from the
streaming
side
it.
panels into the end of it.
And I didn't do that for this one. And I briefly regretted not starting a recording. But I think it's fine. I don't know if Don Van de
These
Voort
braces
is
give the unit lateral
that
stability.
culturally significant. The titles at the beginning, like the intro, is amazing. The music is good when it comes in.
I've glued and screwed the center dividers in place, and now I'm going to put the top on. First, I will give myself a mark for aligning the sides so that once I spread glue it along the top edges, I won't smear it around by putting this down in the wrong place. So I'm going to measure in 2 inches from the end and give myself a mark there, like that. And now I'll put the glue on.
Yeah, this is just gluing and screwing butt joints in plywood. Don is no Tom Silva, I'll tell you that. But I don't want to be too rough on Don.
Set this in place using my mark as a guide and flush along the back edge.
Oh man, Don
Like
is a
that.
LinkedIn thought leader.
And I'll nail it down with 5-penny nails. Actually, it's a good idea to give yourself a line to work on for the nails, alignment of the nails. So I'll use a combination square for that and just put a light line across the top of where the center of that side panel is and the dividers, like that. And that gives you a guide for the nails. And then you can just nail it down.
Silver Kate says they're enjoying this as someone who does carpentry, and that's the goal, man. You never know what you're going to get on Golden VCR. I don't know what we're going to get, but my goal is for like 1 or 2 people to be really into it, and everyone else to just be like, "Oh, okay," and enjoying the chill vibes.
Be careful not to dimple the surface of the panel as you hammer.
Witty Kitsune, thanks for the follow. I think I'm going to turn alert audio back on.
The hinges to the inside face of the side supports, and then I screwed them to the interfaces of the cabinet. Now I'm putting the hinges on the underside of the work surface, and it will then fasten underneath here. So I have 2 of the hinges in place, and I'm putting the 3rd one. I've given myself...
Okay, I'm going to test something here.
For the location of it.
Verde Mama, thanks for the follow.
The butt right
now that I have alerts back on.
Edge, and using
I'm going to test something out real quick.
Myself a starting hole for the screw.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And then drive in the screws.
Excellent. This is very experimental and work in progress.
Like now that's ready to mount on the underside here, although I'm putting a glide on the top edge of each side support to hold this at level once it's fastened there. I've already put this one in, and I'll tap this one in place now.
Howdy, Galactic Baron.
Now that's ready to mount up here. So get the corners flush.
This thing has to hold like a Commodore PET, potentially.
Establish a nail hole for
it better be pretty sturdy.
Hinge hole, and then
howdy, General Mongoose.
Next, just put the roller glides into the base of the unit at the block locations on each side.
The ghosts are not on the tape.
Pretty much in
the ghosts are in my VCR.
Into the crack between the 2 surfaces. And just tap them gently with a hammer.
I don't think he is going to sand it. I don't know if sanding plywood is a fruitful endeavor. It looks like, from the box, it looks like it's just very thickly painted. Like, you know, you build it out of plywood and then you paint it like a battleship. Al makes building your own coffin. Sounds like a great idea for a stream. You do have to repaint the desk every week so that it doesn't rust from the harsh salt air.
I can't resist trying out at least one of them, so I put in the shelf pegs just to check it for fit, and that looks great. Now's the time to do...
Sorry, Suburban White Dad gunplug got me good.
In preparation for putting on the finish.
Oh my God, does it fold out? So you can fold it away when you're not using your Commodore PET?
Oriented strand board. For this type of finish, apply 2 coats of penetrating sealer. It will protect the surface and make it easier to clean. If you decide to paint, you have a choice between latex and oil-based paints in gloss.
If you decide to paint?
Flat finishes. For these paints,
just like that raw plywood look.
Apply a stain blocking primer or undercoat first, and then the top coat. Now I'll be applying a latex semi-gloss paint, so I'm putting the primer on first. Whatever finish you do choose, be sure to select top quality materials and follow the manufacturer's recommendations.
Thank you for the follow, Mystical Man.
There
There you have it.
Computer desk, a beautiful...
The rest of the fucking owl.
...to your computer storage needs. And the best part of all is that it will last for many years because it was made carefully by you and out of one of the strongest,
He does look like
durable
Mark
wood
Summers.
products available. But this is just the beginning. Look at all of these other projects you can build. We have ideas for tables, beds, desk and work centers.
Oh, the work center desk. The plywood stereo cabinet.
Benches, yard and garden projects.
Plywood shed.
Cabinets, cupboards, and shelves. Projects for kids. There's really no
Plywood
limit to what
buffet.
you can build with structural wood panel products. All it takes is imagination, a little practice, and plans from APA, the American Plywood Association.
I want to sit on plywood Adirondack chairs.
APA, the American Plywood
Ooh, good.
Association is a non-profit trade organization. Their
Totally
members
non-profit.
produce more than 80% of the structural wood panels manufactured in the United States. They provide quality supervision and testing, research and development, and product promotion. Just think of the APA as a clearinghouse for ideas. Before you buy plywood or other structural wood panels for your next project, be sure to look for the APA trademark. It's your highest assurance of quality. For more information on these and other projects, write the American Plywood Association, P.O. Box 11700, Tacoma, Washington, 98411.
Okay, research squad. Does the American Plywood Association still exist? Instructovision! Copyright 1980 something. Instructovision. Plan was a winner in the panel okay. Yeah. That was big wood. Big wood propaganda. Is this the Morris video outro? I do love this. Yeah, I want the... Okay, I guess they've... Oh my god, oh, it's them!
Don Morris, president of Morris Video.
And I'm George Morris. Thank you for watching our program. We hope you found it helpful and fun to watch.
If you'd like to broaden your horizons,
Love her
here are
hair.
some of our other programs.
That has to be a wig.
Help yourself.
Ooh, this is my favorite part. I gotta turn this up a little. Success, personal investing, boating, car care, home repair, music, cooking, flower arranging, personal image, field and stream, football, baseball, basketball, gymnastics, golf, TV VCR repair, and many more. And many more! Joshy D, how you doing? Okay, this copyright notice is from 1987, and everyone knows that copyright only lasts for a year, so just ignore this part. Oh, okay, yes, okay, thanks. Wow, that was a really fun tape. Good morning, Joshy D. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here with us. We just watched, hold on, my chat's broken, so I gotta let's get the working chat into this other thing. Please ignore the double chat. There we go. Hooray. So that was, let's see. That was Build Your Own Computer Desk from the American Plywood Association. Which is Golden VCR tape number 13. Oh, yeah, you're right. We have to rewind. So while we're rewinding, has anyone else... No, not for a second watch. We just have to be kind. Is it going? I do at some point want to mic the VCR, because I feel like the VCR noises are a big part of the experience. But I don't want constant VCR noise. Oh, does rewinding wear out the heads? I wasn't sure if a rewinder was like bad for the tape because it goes too fast or something. Okay. I do need a rewinder. Let's see. What do we got here? That was Build Your Own Computer Desk by the American Plywood Association. We've got more tapes. Has anyone been looking at tapes? Does anyone have a tape they're interested in seeing next? Joshy D, are you sticking around or do you have to go live your life today? This is in like late 90s, early 2000s VCR, which I think is a good thing. Donut Man, Discover Hawaii, Tobor. Tobor was a contribution. I see. Well, Make Mine Milk was contributed by Joshy D, so we're going to have to wait until he has time to enjoy that with us. Tobor the Eighth Man was contributed by our good friend T.S. Jonte. Oh, people have Donut Man memories. Barnyard is not a tape, I don't think. I really do want to see HTML, but it's very long, so I'll probably save that for like a special occasion. I mean, actually, it doesn't look that long. I don't know the runtime exactly. Oh. This would be so much easier if I had a way for people to vote. Otherwise, it's just everyone clamoring and me picking one. But that'll work for now. North Carolina flood, Discover Hawaii, China at the crossroads. You know, the only fair thing is to do it randomly. Okay. You have to be Twitch affiliate to do polls, which is strange to me. It's not like that's very taxing on their infrastructure. Set up a poll. Sage of Stars. Sage of Stars, thank you for the follow. Tobor, we can't do Tobor until Thomas is here. Let's see. Okay, so some people want England. Some people want puppies. Some people want fast jets. I'm going to make executive decisions, I think. If somebody wants... Haley really wants Donut Man. Which Donut Man? There's too many Donut Man tapes. Donut Man. How long is Donut Man? Do we want Donut Man, the donut hole? Jesus shows us God's love? Do we want Donut Man, the value of good behavior? I don't... There's 38 minutes of Donut Man. Okay, who wants Donut Man? I have no idea. Okay, the whole. We're doing the whole then. This is 38 minutes, so we'll have time for another few tapes after this. So please look around. Puppies. We can do puppies next. I think puppies will be a good palate cleanser after Donut Man. What is Donut Man? Rob Evans is the Donut Man. He leads children into the donut hole to show them about Jesus, I guess. I have no context for this either. Puppy. Haley, you were the one clamoring for Donut Man. I'm going to go get Donut Man. I'm going to return... Plywood Don back to his rightful place on the shelf. And I'm going to get this tape. Feel free to read the description while I look for it. Wait, what? What is this one? Number 32. Okay. Helps me find it on the shelf. Why wouldn't Thomas approve of this cataloging system? It's just serial integer. It's tape 32. I just look for the tape that has 32 written on it. This was, let's see. This came from a library. Gospel Light, the donut hole number. Oh, this is donut hole number 1, maybe? Jesus shows us God's love. Written lyrics included. I mean, this VCR, I'm pretty sure, does do closed captioning. So if there's a closed captioning signal in the tape, we can have subtitles. But I don't know how common that was culturally in the 90s on video releases. Wait, why are people talking about Dawn? Is my chat broken? Surely not. Is everyone... I feel like I'm having a stroke. Because I can't be sure if my... Oh, no, that's the bad chat. Ah! Oh, my God. Okay. Whew, that was close. It's like a nightmare. My own chat is my own chat overlay is gaslighting me. Okay, I really got to fix that. I really thoroughly wrote unit tests for all the stuff that I wrote for this and everything, but it's always like the 10% that you don't write unit tests for that breaks. Okay, here's Rob Evans, the Donut Man, Jesus in the Donut Hole, God's Love, copyright 1990, approximately 38 minutes. Let's see what this has in store for us. I'm going to go ahead and activate the tape. Yeah. It could be me using Svelte stupidly. Or it could be that the Twitch IRC thing gives you a every chat message has a unique ID, like a UID. And maybe they're not actually unique or something, I don't know. Oh, let's crank that down. Okay, oh, that's not the pause button. Welcome to the Donut Repair Club. Let me just crank the, I had this up 10 decibels for the Don and George Morris segment. How's this? Still a little hot, right? Let's bring this down.
Oops. Oh, you got me. Oh, I must be a little sleepy from our last Donut Repair Club meeting. It was great. You should have been.
The Donut Repair Club.
Stories and sang songs, and we even fixed donuts.
If you have any notes on audio, feel free to...
I guess that's why you're
Feel free to put them in the chat. I think I'll see them.
I'm the Donut Man, and this is the Donut Repair Club. Do you like it? Good. Well, you're here to join? Well, perfect timing. We have a meeting scheduled for today. Let's see now.
Oh, no.
It's all about how, Jesus shows God's love. Oh, I'm going to call everybody right now. Yeah. Oh, every time I do this, it just makes me feel how John the Baptist must have felt. Look, it's him. He's here. He's come. Come and meet God's only Son. Now tell your mom, tell your dad, 'cause the love of God makes us glad. Behold the Lamb
Is this real?
Behold the Lamb of God. Behold the Lamb of God who takes away our sin. Look, it's him, he's here.
I grew up with Catholic indoctrination.
God's only Son. Now go.
And I'm like, this just feels very sacrilegious.
God who takes away our sin. Behold the Lamb of God. Behold the Lamb of God. Behold the Lamb of God who takes away our sin. Behold the Lamb.
Why are there donuts everywhere?
The Lamb of God. Behold the Lamb of God who takes away our sin. Come and behold. Come and behold. Come and behold. Who takes away our sin.
I'm sorry, I'm really scared.
Well, hi everybody. Whoa, you made it in record time today.
Oh, he's got a smartwatch.
Duncan. Oh, he's still asleep. Shh. Duncan.
They have a
Duncan.
donut
Duncan.
pet? Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm still kind of glazed over. Is it time for donut repair? Do we have lots of donuts to fix?
Yeah, Duncan, lots and lots.
Yay!
Before we start, I want to introduce you to some new friends.
Where?
There.
Why are there just giant platters full of donut?
Yeah. We're the donut repair club.
How's the audio for everyone? I'm getting a little overpowered by
We like to tell
donut.
people about Jesus.
time.
He's the one who fills our empty hearts with his love.
Without Jesus,
Audio is
our
good?
life would be
Okay.
empty and real sad.
Life without God's love is like a donut. Like a donut.
Okay, good. Because my voice ducks the audio for you, but it doesn't for me. I just continue hearing donut screaming.
It'll love your heart.
It might be okay for a while, then the truth will wipe away your smile. There's something sad inside me I cannot control. When I think about a donut, oh,
I mean, I still want donuts.
it's like a donut, like a donut, like a donut.
I do want donuts. I don't feel any particular religious conviction, but that's because this isn't. There's nothing. There's nothing sacred about this. God damn it.
Like a donut, like a donut.
Life without God's love is like a donut.
'Cause there's holy.
It's kind of unavoidable. There's a lot of like when I go to thrift stores to pick up these tapes. There's of course a lot of Christian media on tapes. And some of it's weird stuff like this, and some of it's like dry lectures about theology.
Like a donut.
Anyway, I just wanted to like put forward an official Golden VCR position on this. This is weird.
Only Jesus loved you.
This tape is weird. That's not a rejection of anyone's religion. I want this to be a safe space, a cross-faith space
Today about how the love
where we can all acknowledge how fucking weird this is.
like this. And with your help, we'll tell them in a way we won't forget. You ready?
Why are they in biblical costume now?
Tell it.
They're doing a play.
And here goes. Our first story today that shows God's love to us is a story that Jesus told about a certain Jewish man who went on a journey. And he was attacked by robbers.
Oh, it's the Good Samaritan.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, don't take that. No, And they left him on the road to die. It wasn't one of his friends who came to help him. No. It was an enemy of his people. A Samaritan.
My favorite part of religion class as a kid was having to learning this story and then having to learn the like geopolitical situation of the ancient Near East.
The lawyer just walked on by.
Because it's like, okay, but what you got to understand about Samaria-Judea relations is that they weren't that cool with each other.
Even had a Bible in his hand, but the good
Why would he have a Bible in his hand?
brought his help my way, my way. The good Samaritan brought his help my way. Brought it my way. Now the priest and the lawyer, they taught other people about the Word of God. They knew what the Bible said, but they didn't do it. They didn't show me God's love, but the Samaritan gave me all the help I needed. He wiped the blood from my face and my chin and took me.
Would a lawyer have been like a Sadducee or something?
Good Samaritan brought his help my way.
The
He gave me clothes right off his
the Catholic church that I went to as a kid
paid my bill from
had
his own
two priests. There was a pastor, there was the normal priest who was younger, and then the pastor emeritus was this old Irish man.
his help my way.
This old Irish priest. And one of his favorite jokes was when he would have like a gospel reading, and his homily would be about like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He would be like, he would explain, you know, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and he would talk about how like the Sadducees had a very restrictive interpretation of law, and they were always getting on Jesus' case about it, and that's why they were sad, you see. Yes. But with a very Irish accent. That was the old Irish priest that was always like, he would just come over to people's houses and drink all their whiskey. He was a character.
He's a good. He's a good man. Cleaned me up, bought me a steak, a big juicy steak. I will never forget that man.
I'm really uncomfortable with all the voices he's doing.
Oh, boy, that was a rough one. Boy, you know, there are some people who will tell you that you're supposed to be good to your friends and to hate your enemies. But if you want to really know God's love, that's a rule that's going to get broken.
At school, it's like a rule. If you talk to a nerd, that makes you a nerd, too. But that's not God's love.
God's love is better than that rule.
I have a friend who never wants to include.
Don't talk to nerds at school.
It's like a secret mean rule. But God's love is better than that rule.
God's love is better.
Wait, did she say that God's love is a secret meme world?
God's love is the rule.
Oh no.
God's love is the rule. It's more than right. It's more than true. It said God's love is the rule. It's
Oh, not the rap.
Let me tell you about Jesus. How I went to a dinner and sat Nate did bad sinners. Now the Pharisee said he should not stay, but Jesus loved him anyway.
I bet this girl was like,
God's love is
I want to be an opera singer when I grow up. And they were like, no, you have to do the rap.
love is the rule. It's the very best thing that you can do. On Sabbath,
And she's like, I've been going to voice lessons. I don't like rapping. No, you must rap.
But I know he'd be the first to say that God's love is the rule. It's more than right. It's more than true. It said God's love is the rule.
This was 1990.
That you can do. Next time you're playing
Also from The Donut Man.
and you see someone at curl,
The Donut Hole 2.
don't be a fool.
Available at your
Tell
local
them
Christian
love
bookstore.
is the rule. rule, 'cause God's love is the rule. It's more than right, it's more than true. It says God's love is the rule. It's the very best thing that you can do.
Little Larry Bird back there.
It's more than right, it's more than true.
I mean, 1990 was pretty 80s.
It's the rule. It's the very best thing that you can do. It's the very best thing that you can do.
Like 2000 was pretty 90s.
That you can do. It's the very best thing that you can do.
Oh no.
Hooray for God's love!
The body of Christ.
After you've known God's love, you won't let anything get in your way. Now, take the wise men, for instance.
When did they line up and do donut communion?
This guy? Why, they just kept on...
Somebody's at the door.
Now, who could that be?
Can I come in? I was helping my mom, and I couldn't get here any sooner.
Sorry. The rules are that you have to be here from the very beginning. Sorry. Sorry.
Go to hell, little girl.
But I want to come in the donut repair club.
Sorry.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Bye.
Remember, kids, strict adherence to rules. Oh no. We can reinterpret these rules of our choosing.
I'm so sorry. What's your name?
Mary.
Mary, well, you showed us God's love because you didn't give up.
The hell is this message?
That's for you. Wait.
We had plans at 10.
Mary
It's
do the next
10:01.
Donut repair. Would you like to fix a donut? Okay, because the next story
They are actually fixing donuts.
not give up.
And didn't we already hear this song? Didn't we already hear the one about God's love? Oh, it's the hole in the roof with the crippled man.
Hey! Why did you guys take me up on this roof? What are you chopping that hole there for?
Well, we're gonna drop you down to see Jesus.
Oh God.
Right through the roof.
Through the roof? I'm sick enough as it is. And besides, what's that man gonna say when he sees this hole in his roof?
There's a hole in my roof.
Oh God.
It's the truth. I wouldn't spoof. It was chopped there for a man with diseases, and they lowered him down to Jesus.
I love rhyming diseases with Jesus.
Having a hole in my roof is a shame. I'm glad he's feeling better and he's up and around.
But they better compensate me for my roof.
There's a hole in my roof.
Haley, thank you for feeding the dog.
I wouldn't spoof. It was chopped there for a man with diseases.
Mods are asleep. Feeding dog.
Jesus. Why couldn't they use the door? Don't they know that's what a door is for? But their friend was sick and the crowd was thick, so they lowered him down through the second floor.
There you go. How's that?
He's also singing about a thing that hasn't happened yet.
He's right. Let me try this big sledgehammer here.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
ready.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now it's big enough. Yeah, you could fit a horse in there.
But I'm not a horse. Ooh, what are you gonna do with me now?
We're gonna tie this rope around your stretcher
And lower you down through the hole.
Don't drop me.
Oh, we won't.
Here we go. You got him?
Yeah, I got him. You got him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, no.
What are those real hands?
Jesus can help him.
I don't like the hands.
What'll I do if it rains?
Those are human hands, right?
Having a hole in my roof is a shame. I'm glad he's feeling better and he's up and around. But if it starts raining, I'm afraid I'm gonna drown. There's a hole in my roof. It's the truth. I wouldn't spoof. It was chopped there for a man with diseases, and they lowered him down to Jesus. And they lowered him down to Jesus. And they lowered... Oh no!
Yeah, this there's really not a lot of
Hey, is there anybody here who could help me fix
biblical message in here.
I'm doing a lot better now, thanks to Jesus.
They're really running with the roof part and not the Jesus part of it.
Oh, yeah, I feel great. I couldn't even walk before. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's not what roofs looked like.
Okay, Mary, fix the donut.
God's love doesn't give up.
Doesn't give up.
God's love doesn't give up. God's love
They fixed the donuts by putting a donut hole into the hole.
Never let me fix the donut, and I've been here every meeting.
Whoa, that's not a good attitude.
I'll let you help, but I'm not so sure you're gonna like it.
Like it? What do you mean, like it? I love donuts.
That's not what I'm talking about. You see, the next story is about the prodigal son's jealous older brother. Get it? It might be kind of humbling for you. It's about being jealous of what other people have.
Well, I'll do it, but I'm not a boy. No
problem.
We'll just tuck in your hair.
Well, while you get
Oh,
ready,
no.
I'll tell the story. There once was a man who
Christian
had 2
gender
sons,
bending.
and the younger son came to him and asked for all the money that he thought he had coming to him. And his father gave it to him. He took that money and he went into town and he spent it all on wild living and parties and ended up living with the pigs.
There's a lot of
Thinking about going.
talking down to children in this.
He thought his father would be mad, but he wasn't. No.
Pretty on point for 90s Christian
Father
media, I
was
think.
glad to see him. He gave him a robe and a ring.
They didn't have the budget for the prodigal son feast scene.
His return. But his older brother, he wasn't glad at all. He wasn't glad to see him. No, he was jealous. You know why? Because he didn't think it was fair.
Oh, it's a bluegrass number.
That you love him, it's not fair that you're glad to see him coming back after all he's done to you. It's not fair that you missed him, it's not fair that you kissed him.
I mean, this kid's
No, dear father, it's not fair.
singing isn't bad.
No, it's not fair that you're glad to see him coming back after all he's done to you. Father, you should love him more and just kick him out the door. It's not
The yodely parts are a little loose.
fair. It's not fair that you meet him. It's not fair that you greet him with a party and a great big barbecue. It's not fair that you hug him. I would rather see you slug him. It's not fair. No, dear father, it's not fair.
Yeah, this song is, like, the song itself is pretty,
No, it's not fair.
it's 4 bars repeated.
That you're glad to see him coming back after all he's done to you. Father, you should love him more.
Oh, it's getting worse.
Him out the door. It's not fair. No, dear father, it's not fair.
Don't you care?
Zelda Master, thanks for following.
That like you, he was my son.
We're what? I didn't
Don't you care?
I didn't reset the tape counter, but I think it's pretty accurate. We're 20 minutes in
Care, oh, why, dear child, now don't
to
you care?
the Donut Man.
Why don't you care?
'Cause it's not fair.
Why don't you care? He's my son and he was gone, but now he's come back.
Scatman, welcome.
You should love him more and just kick him out the door. It's not fair. No, dear father, it's not fair.
Why don't you care, oh my dear child, why don't you care?
'Cause it's not fair.
Well,
Well, what? It wasn't fair. The older brother was good and he didn't get a party, and the younger brother was bad and he did get a party. I don't get it.
Bible stories show us what kind of love God has. And that one showed us how that he wants to give his love to people who know that they don't deserve it. It's kind of hard to love somebody who doesn't think they need it. Just watch this next story and you tell me which person's prayer shows that he knows that he needs God's love.
Oh, not more puppets. Is this supposed to be the same guy, or did they just not have enough puppets? Welcome back, Chasebook.
God, that I am not like other men, full of greed and full of every evil sin, perfect in every way. That is why I pray. I thank God that I am not like other men.
This does not need to be a song. Oh, no. Ugh. Yeah, this did not need to be one of these. Oh, I hate the face.
I'm not so sure I want to fix the donut. The last story made me feel kind of sick. I always thought I was supposed to be better than everybody.
You've instilled a sense of shame in me. Thank you.
The Bible isn't for good people. It's for us sinners. And those stories weren't just for you. They showed
We're all fundamentally flawed.
That's inside. The amazing thing is that God still loves us. You want to pray?
Lord, thank you for forgiving me of my jealousy and my pride. Amen.
Amen. Now that's the kind of prayer God loves to hear.
Hey, I can't
Congratulations, you prayed correctly.
I can't see anything either.
Make sure you don't pray incorrectly.
And I'm down here and I never get to do anything.
You never get to do anything? Well, come on up, man. Maybe it's because you never had the right part.
Well, I'm getting tired of being left out, so I'll do anything.
Anything? Would you climb a tree?
Dishnet!
No. The next story
How
is
you doing? Welcome. Thanks for following.
a little fat man.
But I'm not fat.
This is 38 minutes. We're at minute 24 now.
There you go.
It's almost over. There are so many other Donut Man tapes in the Golden VCR library
Wanted to be right in the middle.
that we're not going to be watching anytime soon.
So, when he found out Jesus was in town, he climbed up a tree so he could get a better look at what was going on.
So what do I do?
Just come this way. Climb right up here. Go on up. Here we go. Oh, there. Because now,
Yeah, when do they eat the donuts?
Zacchaeus. Sing along.
I'm short and fat and I'm not too pretty, but I'm the richest man in the city.
I'm short and fat and I'm not too pretty.
Any good.
That's what they're making this child sing.
I don't live like I should, and so I
Oh,
got to see Jesus. I can't
excellent. Everyone loves meetings.
got to see Jesus. I hope he sees me.
Fun.
I've got to see Jesus. My
Oh, thank you.
name is
Thank you, Liz, for the support. It's Haley.
Eat a lot when I collect
Haley has given the VCR a
from
kiss.
the poor. Oh, but the fact is, I've been feeling so blue. I don't know what to do, and so I
It's a dog.
see Jesus. I climb up a tree. I got to see Jesus. I hope he sees me. I got to see Jesus. My name is Zacchaeus.
Okay, have fun.
I was so surprised. Jesus lifted his eyes and he called up to me. Zacchaeus, I'll come to your home if you
I can understand why this
from out of that
kid was not. The kid was like, I never get to sing a song, and it's because you're not good at singing, kid.
tree. I don't want to live so selfishly. I'm gonna give my money to the poor. Woo! And then I'll think I'll give some more. Oh yes, I'm glad I went to see Jesus. I climbed up.
Fun fact, most kids are not good at singing, like at all.
I'm glad you saw me.
I've been going through home movies, which is another thing I do with my VCR.
My name is Zacchaeus.
And whenever I get to a like children's pageant at the preschool that me or one of my siblings was in, that my dad like recorded 30 minutes of, I'm like, Dad, why did you record 30 minutes of this? It's terrible. How can everyone just stand there listening to it? The screeching of 4-year-old children.
I'm glad I saw Jesus.
The Donut Man. How many words can we find to rhyme with Jesus? We got diseases and Zacchaeus.
Loves me and it made me so good that Zacchaeus gave back the money. Yeah. Andy, don't forget to fix your donut. All right. God's love.
Stephen George, do you have prior experience with the Donut Man?
Hey, are we going to forget what we learned today?
No!
Are you going to keep God's love and forgiveness all
Oh, good.
to yourself?
We're summarizing what we learned today. I think we're near the end.
If you heard everything you've heard today and learned everything you learned today and you don't share it with others, why? That's kind of scary.
Scary like monsters and stuff?
No, scarier.
Like giants and lions?
No, even scarier. It's a slimy monster that wants to crawl in and out of your heart.
Sin.
It's called unforgiveness.
What?
Can you think of anything scarier than knowing God's love and forgiveness and then not sharing it with others?
It's like a different kind of monster, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Now, this next story will help us
If you
chase
don't
the
proselytize,
monster of unforgiveness out of our hearts.
you're
Who
going to
wants to
hell,
help?
children.
All right, let's do it.
Dirt, 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 dirt. You're gonna go to hell. 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 You're gonna go to... All right.
Please, I beg, oh king, please let
It's already bad enough without the my additions.
I forgive you.
The king said,
I forgive you. $1 million you must pay. I could put you away. That jail is cold and wet. There you should go. But instead of jail, I'm saying no. I forgive you for the money that you owe.
Now that servant went back home and grabbed another and said,
I'll throw you into jail for $10, brother.
when the king found out, he brought that man
Wet jail.
back into his court.
Moist jail.
Why were you
The stickiest jail.
I forgave you. Yes, I forgave you. $1 million I forgave when I sent you away, but now you're going in that...
This is the most confusing and incoherent way of telling this parable.
As I have forgiven you.
Thanks, Bella Bunny. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting affiliates so I can do more fun programming stuff with the Twitch features.
In that cell because you did not do as well. You should forgive him as I have forgiven you. You should forgive him as I have forgiven you.
Now, that's how God treats us when we don't forgive others. Now, where would you rather be? In the empty jail cell of unforgiveness? No! Or would you rather forgive others and come out into the sunlight of God's love?
Yeah! Unforgiveness is lonely. But Jesus forgives us as we forgive others.
That's right.
Yay!
Oh. What's wrong? What's the matter?
I don't think I can do it.
My koala is sick.
It's been so mean to me.
Oh, yeah.
Getting these stuffed animals and hats very close to our lav
Someone who
mics.
already knows just how you feel. He knows what it's like to have mean things happen to him, and he also knows how it feels to be all alone without any friends, and he also knows how hard it is for us to forgive because, well, he had to forgive others too. You see, Jesus knows just how you feel.
Being crucified is a lot like getting picked on by your friends.
God's love on the night when he prayed for us.
Oh God, there's a track list on the back of this, and you don't want to know how many songs are left.
That awful cross. Tell me, could you say what Jesus said?
I don't think. Oh, they're not in order though. So I think we might be at the end.
He said, Father, forgive them.
I think this is the final number. Because it's 38 minutes and our tape counter is at 32. Oh God.
Jesus said, if they did those mean things to you, he said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Jesus showed us God's love when he rose up from the dead. Jesus showed us God's love.
It's a bold choice to mic the individual children. Could have just been like a nice chorus effect.
And I will always be right there with you. Now we'll go into the world and show them his love and share the gospel.
Discount Stephen George looks very unimpressed with this.
And he will always be right there with you. Yes, he will always be right there with you. Now, you go into the world and you tell everybody about the love of God. And you know what? They won't be empty anymore. Why, that makes you a member of the Donut Repair Club. And why, that means you can come back anytime you want.
Hey, Donut Man! I got a good one. Don't forget to come back.
Don't forget to come back. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Life without God's love is like a donut. Like a donut. Like a donut. Life without God's love is like a donut. 'Cause there's a hole in the middle of your heart.
I have to find the volume slider that also works for me. Oh, thank God. Well, folks, what did we think of the Donut Hole Man? I mean, it's not the worst Christian tape I've seen or bought. Just to reiterate, we here at Golden VCR are not anti-Christian. We are tolerant of all faiths and welcome all viewpoints that aren't asshole viewpoints. But we are anti-Donut Man. Ooh, that was fun. That was something, at least. Let's rewind this tape. Note to self. Get a tape rewinder. What are we watching next? Are we watching Puppies? We decided on Puppies, right? Dog video. Now, were y'all talking about the dog safety video? Or was there a different puppy video? Let's see what we got here. Get rid of that tape. Which one was it now? Help me out here. Was it safety around dogs? Ooh, 14 minutes. That's a good short one. Your safety begins with you. The American Kennel Club's safety education program for children. You have to rewind the tape. Even if you disagree with the tape, you have to rewind it. That's what being kind is about. What would Jesus do? He would rewind the tape before he took it back to the video store. Okay. Children and dogs go together like peanut butter and jelly. Let's... I can't figure out how to make it rewind fast. Is it going? There it goes. I'm going to go find safety around dogs. Wait, which is tape number 53. BRB. Oh, wait. The Purina Incredible Puppy Care? Okay, we have a decision to make. There's Safety Around Dogs American Kennel Club, right? 14 minutes. And then there is, where was it? A promotional tape from Purina Dog Food entitled, where's promotional? You can't search this. I don't believe in searching. But promotional is after MRS. Where the hell is P, people? Thanks. I passed it. Promotional. Oh, I was already there. Purina Incredible Puppy Care video. 33 minutes, 1996. Puppy training. So it's the dog food people telling you how to train your puppy, which I think could be good and could have apparently incredible puppies in it. So sure, let's go get that one. That's tape 24. Purina Puppy Chow. Incredible Puppy Care video. Puppy training tips from the puppy pros at Purina. All puppies are born with the possibility of becoming incredible dogs. Veterinary information from Purina. Excellent. Donut Man is rewound. Let's pop him out of his donut hole. And now it's time for Incredible Puppy Care. It has been rewound by the previous owner. It's very kind of them. Whoops. And away we go. So I bought 102 videotapes at a thrift store recently in the Raleigh area for $10. A few of them had mold, so I threw those away. But all the rest of them are at goldenvcr.com. They're cataloged. You can browse them. Here we go. Puppy Care. Oh, maybe not. Is it not rewound? Did I have it backwards? What's going on here? Rewinding. No. Playing. There may not be puppies. I see puppies. Oh, this is a bad tape. Sometimes it's pretty bad at the start of the spool, and then it improves. So we'll see what we get here.
Your puppy's training.
Like my my video capture device is good now. So like even if the tape has tracking issues, it generally stays okay. But the VCR is just struggling with this one.
Hi, I'm Shar Bibiak.
Sharp Bibiak, what is going on with this tape?
Behaviorist at Ralston Purina Company.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to skip ahead. Let's see. Clear the tape counter. I think that's a diagnostic code. That's not a timestamp. 30109 on a Sony VCR. What does that mean?
Like Purina. And
30109. Let's Google that. 30109 VCR. An error code that indicates that the tape will not rotate. So there's like a physical issue with the cassette, maybe. Ah! Okay, that's not good. It's just eating the tape. Come on, get out. Get out. Oh, it's making noises now. Oh! Yeah, that's not good. Anybody got an extra VCR? Okay, well, that's maybe trapped. I don't know. Do we cut it? Okay, it's not. It's wrapped around the head or something, so I'm gonna have to rip it up. Well, that's it for Purina Puppy Chow. Oh, I thought the error code was spelling out boobies for a second. That's it for this tape, I think. We're never gonna learn anything about Purina Puppy Chow unless I tape it back together and transplant it into a new case. Let's see if the VCR still works. I've got just the tape for that. Let's see if this gets ripped up. Oh no, it won't. Okay, let's power cycle the VCR. Yeah, if this works, we'll go to England maybe. IFA. Is this gonna work? Okay, that's tracking fine. That's working.
Back on. And so is the controversy. We want to tell you that some of the images in this report are quite disturbing.
Okay, it works. So hooray, it's just the puppy care tape is bad. So let's get rid of that. We'll have to make a note that the puppy tape is dead. Okay, so in case anyone wasn't here at the start of the stream, this is goldenvcr.com. You can go there. You can log in with Twitch if you want to and pick favorite tapes that look interesting to you. Really, the viewers are in the driver's seat here as far as what we watch. So feel free to head over to goldenvcr.com, take a look at the tapes, see something. If you see something that catches your eye, maybe we'll watch it. So do we want the other dog tape? It's pretty short, so I think it would be a good palate cleanser. Yeah. Let's do the other tape with the dogs. Safety Around Dogs, American Kennel Club. And hopefully that one will work. How much Donut Man is left? We have like 3 or 4 other Donut Man tapes. Maybe. You can see for yourself at goldenvcr.com. Be right back with another dog tape that hopefully isn't cursed. Safety around dogs. Also, please do not bother Mrs. Stella Monsell. Don't be weird. Okay. Safety around dogs. Your safety begins with you. From the American Kennel Club. Okay. Seems to be in decent condition. So if this one gets destroyed, then we'll maybe have to think about a correspondence course in TV VCR repair. But for right now, let's activate the tape and pop her in. Who's ready for safety around dogs? I know I am. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ooh, this is good. I like this already. Let me know if it gets too loud or anything. I like this Earthbound song. Oh, Eridash, thank you, thank you. It's kind of the actual heart behind this project. Is a fun web dev project for me to do.
About child safety around dogs. Do you know where Mr. Thompson's classroom is? You seem as though you're a little nervous around dogs, are you?
Well, kind of.
You know something?
Bella Bunny, it's. Thank you for asking.
That everybody's afraid of something.
I do accept contributions of videotapes.
Well, you know, Aaron, I would really love to stay and talk with you for a little while, but we really have to get to Mr. Thompson's class.
If you check out goldenvcr.com/contributions.
Do you mind very much if Billy and I
I do have a P.O. box.
Okay. Okay, great.
Don't send me Disney movies. Don't send me mold. But if you got something weird that you think would be good for us to watch, absolutely send it in.
The AKC Canine Ambassador.
I'll give you some golden VCR fun points for every tape you send in.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Ann. Hi, Ann. And this is Billy D. She's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. And we're here today to help you learn how to be safe around dogs. So how many of you have dogs? How many of you are afraid of dogs? When I was your age, I was petrified of dogs. A dog bit me, but it was my fault that he did. I didn't know how to be safe around dogs. And that's some of the things that I'm going to talk to you about today and help you learn how to be safe around them. So if you're outside and you see a loose dog, don't run. Put your head down, don't look at the dog, put your hands in your pockets, and walk away normally. I always keep Billy D on a leash when we're in public. You know, the American Kennel Club supports responsible dogs.
Where was this produced?
Dogs should always be kept on leashes.
I'm gonna guess New Jersey.
But in some cases, you may encounter loose dogs. If a pair or group of loose dogs approaches you, throw something away from the dogs.
It was distributed by the American Kennel Club. There's an address in Raleigh.
A cap or a book that might be.
Maybe the credits will tell us where it was made.
And investigating. Once the dog goes towards the object, start walking slowly away with your hands in your pockets. Again, don't stare at the dogs.
Dogs.
Not to stare at the
Dogs are very dangerous.
Good question. Suppose that you were outside and you're minding your own business, and all of a sudden, a stranger came up to you, and they started staring at you like this. Wouldn't you think that maybe they were going to hurt you? Wouldn't that make you a little afraid? Now, Billy and I can stare in each other's eyes because we know each other, and we love each other, and we understand each other. But if you stare into the eyes of a strange dog, that dog may think that you're going to start a fight. He may take it as a challenge and think that he's going to have to defend himself. Did all of you wash your hands after you ate lunch today? Well, if Billy D could talk, she could tell you what you ate. Dogs have an incredible sense of smell. They can smell things from miles away.
What a
And
good
that's
dog.
why I told you, put your hands in your pockets when you see a loose dog. Otherwise, the dog may smell what you've eaten, want to come up, sniff your hands. Hands in the pocket, the dog will probably ignore you. Yes?
What if the dog still follows me?
The best thing to do is to stand absolutely still, just like a tree, and give yourself a...
Like you're receiving communion as a non-Catholic at a Catholic Mass.
Most likely, the dog is just going to sniff you, lose interest, and walk away.
I like dogs. Whenever I see one, I go right up and pat it on the head.
I'm really so glad that you like dogs. But you know something? You still have to be very cautious. For instance, whenever you're outside, always be cautious and act safely around dogs. So
I really like this groove in the background.
be on the lookout for loose dogs. If you spot a group of loose dogs,
I want to find like where they license this music from so I can license it myself and use it in the background of the streams when we're not playing a tape.
if a group of loose dogs comes upon you quickly, stay calm. Dogs instinctively chase speeding objects, so slow your bike down. Stop. Set your bike to the side and stand very still with your hands in your pockets.
That beagle is on the back too.
With the dogs. Hopefully the dogs will sniff you and eventually lose interest. Then you can calmly walk away. You all know not to talk to strangers, right?
Especially that kid.
Why?
Because they might not be nice.
That's right. Because the dog doesn't know if you're going to be nice, and you don't know if the dog is going to be nice. So you should never rush up to a strange dog. Suppose you were walking down the street, minding your own business, and all of a sudden a total stranger came running up and bopped you in the head. Wouldn't you be scared? Well, a dog is the same. He might think that maybe you're going to hurt him. This reminds me, suppose somebody comes up to you and tells you that their dog is lost, and they ask you to go with them to help find it.
I'm not allowed to. Maybe you should go talk to the dog. There's my friend Ann over there.
Please tell them to call the animal control people or to talk to the adults in your neighborhood.
There's a dog on my block. He has to stay inside a fence, but he barks a lot when I walk to school.
I'm sure he does. Dogs are territorial.
That dish, I'm glad you're enjoying the chill VCR
They like to
vibes.
defend their property.
I hope everybody's having a chill time.
Family. But now remember what I said about staring at a dog. Even when a dog is behind a fence, you should not
Safety
stare
tips.
at him. You shouldn't tease him. You shouldn't throw things at him. Suppose you were in your yard, and all of a sudden, some children came up, and they started throwing some sticks and stones over the fence at you, and yelling at you and teasing you. How would you feel?
I'd be mad.
Sometimes when you're playing with the dog, the play may turn
Smash cut to Mad Boy.
Now, teasing would be pulling the dog's tail, pretending that you're going to give him a toy, but you really don't give it to him. Now, when people are teased, they can get very angry inside. They may even want to hit the person who's teasing them. But dogs can't do that, and dogs can't make a fist. So a dog may use his teeth. This is why we should always respect a dog. Can you think of a time that maybe you
You're
teased
getting a lot of
friend.
detail on the mechanics of
You
biting.
remember what that friend might have looked like? Maybe his mouth got all tight. Maybe he put his head down and put his shoulders up. Well, you knew how he felt, and he never said anything. And that's called body language. And dogs have body language, too. Now, a happy dog will be wagging its tail.
The periodic table of dogs.
Might even have a smile on their face. You might see a dog who has its ears back, showing his teeth. That would mean that something's made that dog very angry. You might even see a dog with his tail tucked between his legs. Maybe he's shaking. That dog might be frightened of something or be very, very shy.
Mr. Nintendo, we've had Leica for, I think, like 6 years now.
You should leave the dog alone.
She's a very good
and
dog.
when you know how to treat a dog, you'll stay safe. Some dogs may not like children. Or maybe the dog doesn't feel well that day. We all have days we don't feel good. I bet there are mornings you wake up and you feel so miserable, you just don't want to bother with anybody, not even play with your friends.
Leica had a nail trim this morning, and I took her to the vet, and she was very scared the whole time. But she goes back willingly with the tech, and the tech cut her nails, and the vet tech brought Leica back out. And the vet tech told me she was great. She's the best nail trim we've had in weeks.
Most of the time, the owners will say, sure.
It's because Leica is the best dog.
You should respect that. Some dogs aren't used to children. But if the owner says that it's okay, now's the time to use your good manners.
I want to meet that dog.
Grown-ups shake hands. That's the polite thing to do when you meet someone. And there's a polite way to introduce yourself to a dog.
May I pet your dog?
First, close your hand in a fist and hold the back of it near the dog's nose. Don't jerk back, because that could startle the dog, and he might be a little scared. Just move your hand up close so the dog can sniff you. Then open your hand and pet the dog under its chin or on its chest. Remember what I had said earlier? That if you were walking down the street and all of a sudden a stranger came up and they raised their hand over your head, that you might think they're going to bop you in the head. And a dog might think the same thing. This is why I told you to gently pet or scratch the dog under his chin and on his chest. And that's a friendly gesture. The dog knows that you want to be friends, and he'll be a friend to you. Now, who remembers what to do if they see a stray dog? Yes?
Just turn and walk away, but don't run. Hide your hands and don't stare at the dog.
Very good. But now, why do you put your hands in your pockets?
So he can't smell food and stuff on him.
That was excellent. Now, what would you do if the dog still followed you? Yes?
Stand like a tree.
You know, I'm really so impressed with how quickly you've all learned today. Now, Erin, would you like to show us the proper way to greet a dog?
Hi, that looks like a nice dog. May I pet her?
Yes, she is a nice dog, and sure you can pet her.
Yeah, this is good dog advice. The American Kennel Club knows.
That was great, Erin. So tell me.
I feel like finally we've maybe learned something this stream.
I learned to be cautious around dogs.
It only took 3 tapes.
Avoid loose dogs.
4 if you count the one that got destroyed.
Always ask the owner for permission before petting a dog. Never stare at, tease, or throw things at a dog. Never go face to face with a strange dog. And always respect the dog and its space.
Erin.
Did we learn how to make a desk, or did we learn how to glue and screw plywood?
Because you taught me the right way to be safe with them.
Oh, that's great.
It was like, cut some plywood, glue it, paint it, or you're going to have a bad time. The end. Bless us, everyone. Okay, Cinnabar Pictures. Westwood, New Jersey.
The American
Nice.
Kennel Club, founded in 1884, is the principal purebred dog registry in the United States. It is also the leading regulatory agency for the sport of purebred dogs nationwide. There are several ways for you to get involved in the sport of purebred dogs, such as junior showmanship and the Canine Good Citizen program.
Dog
Attend a
racism.
local dog show and talk to handlers and dog owners to learn more about purebred dogs.
The sport of dog. Yeah, this was, what did it say, 2000? So they have a website and everything. Because all animals, including dogs, may be unpredictable. AKC cannot and does not warrant that the following suggestions will prevent injury. Nice. Yeah, we have a mutt, and she's the best dog. Safety around dogs. What'd you think? Anybody have any discussion questions? What do you think? What do you think the dog symbolized? Yeah, safety around dogs was, I don't know, maybe goldenvcr.com needs a rating system so we can record. Everyone can record whether they like the tape or not. Dog symbolized Jesus, symbolizing a donut hole. Yeah, I'd buy it. Oh, reviews would be good. There's so many things I want to do, but you know, you can't just polish it and never release it. So this was my attempt to just start using this stuff. I really wanted a gold sequined blazer to wear as, like, you know, my Golden VCR MC costume. But that's a lot of effort. I have a website. Okay, do y'all want England? Should we do England? Let's see, I think England is a longer one. Where did this go? Here we are. Clear the tape. 86 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Are we thinking more of a variety stream today? Because Discovering England, I think this is a Reader's Digest tape. It's 86 minutes. I guess, yeah, we should do kittens after... Well, I got news for you. Most VHS tapes are like an hour or more. But you know, I haven't given much thought to how to like organize these, because one of the fun things and also scary things for like Twitch TOS is the mystery tapes. Because I've picked up tapes in the thrift store that are just like some stuff I recorded, have no idea what's on them. That's where mystery. Like, mystery tape, real dirty. It just says Shanghai Noon written on it, but it's 6 hours of recordings. Maybe that would be a, you know, there can be variety streams with short stuff and mystery tape streams where we just dig into one 6-hour tape. Did I talk about the P.O. Box? We had a question about the P.O. Box, and I mentioned it, but yeah, that's a good thing to point out. Let's see. Oh, I can't currently do that. Let me... Contributions. Nope, that's wrong. Contributing? No. Hold on. There. So, if you go to goldenvcr.com/contributions, I have a P.O. box. Hopefully you've gotten a... will I do mail videos? Probably, I'm going to say no. But I will certainly shout them out shout them out on stream, and they'll be, as they're added to the library, they'll show up on the website, and you can see them. People can vote on them. Hopefully you've gotten a vibe from the stuff we've watched so far of like what this channel is and isn't. Basically, we're not here to watch copyrighted movies, or like, you know, the tape of Rugrats episodes, because that's not only is it, you know, illegal, it's just not as fun as like seeing what's on these random things. So it's about random things. If there's weird ephemeral media or just strange things like, I don't know, cute baby seals that you have lying around, and you want to see them on the channel, feel free to send them to this address, and I'll go drive to the post office and get them. Someone asked about Golden VCR Fun Points. That's a good question. Golden VCR Fun Points. Oh, Snowfox, you've seen the Jehovah's Witness Stalin video. Jam, thanks for the follow. Who wants Golden VCR Fun Points? Ah, I see. Okay, hold on. Okay, stop talking. There's actually not a good way for me to... I didn't expect... Here's the thing. I was just going to do a simple test stream, and then I was like, what if I do it right after breakfast stream? Then I might be able to steal some viewers. And then Steven was like, I'll raid you. You'll get 200 people, and I want to make sure that's not too much to deal with, but I'll raid you. So I was like, no, that's not too much to deal with. Thank you for attending the inaugural broadcast of Golden VCR. Okay. Eggers 10, credit. Hero King Lucina. Dishnet 34. I'm throwing out coins to you like I'm Zacchaeus. Bella Bunny. I'm skipping some people because the chat is scrolling. Just keep on keeping on. Genesis, I see your name. Snowfox. Oh no, I forgot. Snowfox, I forgot the number after your name. This isn't a good way of doing this. Snowfox 102. Credit. Run t.exe. Have some points. Verde Mama. You get points. Luna's book. Points for you. Kiwi Lee Scipio. Points. So great of you to be here. Apologies to the people who are not getting points right now. I spy a moose. Eggers 10, I already gave you points. Enjoy your points. Missing no leader. Points. There's Jam, you can have some points. So I can build this ends where it'll, like, you know, I can hit a button and it'll give the points to everyone who's here as like, thanks for being here. Doing it manually is not going to work. Are there plans for VODs? It depends. It depends how copyrighty we get, I think, like whether that's practical. I am recording this. And I did set Twitch up to archive the stream just to see what happens, because I'm making a deliberate decision not to play anything that's like, at least for the start. At the start, I don't want to play anything that's like Richard Simmons, Sweating to the Oldies. We're not going to be playing that on stream anytime soon, because I don't want like copyright strikes before I have affiliate or ever. It's a judgment call. Got to see what feels right. So anyway, did anyone else want some points? Who didn't get points? Okay. Inaugural broadcast of Golden VCR. That dish. Storms 002. Jace Book. Sapphire Becca. Yost. This part is not very entertaining. Scabba Dop. See, I need like cool 90s videotape music playing in the background. Cosmic Searle. Kaylin Lux. Luna Gazer. Oh no, your name scrolled off, Luna Gazer. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick another tape. We're going to play that tape. And then if you just like say something in chat, hi Luna Gazer, I'll give you some points. Scatman Scabadop. A Lost Vagabond. Aaron the Baron. 5 more people get points, but not right now. I'm cutting you off. What are we watching, folks? Donut points, heart. Thank you. Thank you for sending that in. It worked. It worked. It may not work for other people because you can only do it like once every few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna learn us about pressure washers. That's what I've decided. Yeah, you don't get polls, you don't get channel points, you don't get bits until you hit affiliate. So I just re-implemented my own version of those features as Golden VCR Fun Points. Power washers. Where are we at? Where are we at with power washers? Tape 58. Pressure washers, brought to you by the DeVilbiss Air Power Company. I don't know anything about this. I don't know the runtime, but it looks pretty short, and I just really love the vibe of this case. This cover art is really good. So that's going to be tape 58. Trill Girl, good to see you. Activating tape 58. I'm going to go grab tape 58. I'm going to put it in the VCR. Damn it. The previous owner of this tape was not kind and did not rewind it. So we're going to have to do that first. Oh, God. Oh, okay. I think that was I just inserted it at an angle. I'm really scared now because the puppy tape got eaten by the VCR. Okay, rewind. Nope. Stop and rewind. And I'm going to put safety around dogs back in its sleeve. And where did... Oh, right, this one's dead. I'm like, where is this tape? It's right here. So while we wait for pressure washers to rewind, there's not a whole lot I can tell you about the pressure washer tape. Video content, box contents. Ooh, so it came with a pressure washer. This is telling you how to use your new pressure washer. Assembly, operating procedures, storage, troubleshooting, and cautions. Pressure washers. Yeah, I definitely need a rewinder. Copyright date on this? I do not know. I don't think it says. It has. I mean, it looks. Oh. Okay, that's like a. It looks late 90s, early 2000s. Because it has a phone number on the back. It does not have a website URL or anything. I think that's rewinding now, as fast as it can. Listen, I can't be held responsible if you call numbers that are featured in these tapes. I don't recommend that you do it. It's probably just going to get disconnected or lead to a confusing exchange with someone. But sure, I can't stop you. Can learn how to pressure wash our cheapo deck chairs. If you go to goldenvcr.com right now and you're logged in with Twitch and you have Golden VCR Fun Points, you can send ghosts to the VCR. If you want points and you didn't get any, sorry, and also I'll try to hit you while we learn about pressure washers. Reset the tape counter. Boom. No, wait, that's not what I wanted. That. Nessa123, thanks for the follow. And here we go. Pressure washers. Ooh. Look at all the things we can pressure wash. So if you're logged in and you click your name in the top right.
DeVilbiss Air Power Company pressure washer. This multi-purpose tool will help you tackle the dirtiest, grimiest jobs around.
Thank you for the donut.
Before you begin, please take a few minutes to watch this video and read through your owner's manual and quick facts to get step-by-step instructions, product warnings, and valuable tips on getting the best performance from your pressure washer.
These ghost alerts, you know, it's like normal Twitch bit alerts, except I lose money on them.
Wand, high-pressure hose,
because I don't have affiliate and I give the points away for free right now.
Cleaning kit, and a handle with mounting hardware. If your pressure washer,
but it's not about the money, it's about the fun.
Connect nozzles are mounted on the handle. Check the box content section in your owner's manual for the specific parts and accessories that come standard with your pressure washer. If any parts are missing, or you have any questions, please call our toll-free helpline at 1-800-888-2468, extension 2. First, connect the handle to the frame with the knobs provided. Hand tighten. Next, attach the wand to the spray gun. Hand tighten. Be careful not to over-tighten. Attach the high-pressure hose to the spray gun.
Could you send me a new pressure washer?
Adjustable wrench to tighten.
I had one.
Slide the chemical injection hose onto the injection valve fitting. Some pressure washers are shipped with a temporary plug in the
That would be good, Sapphire Becca.
with a vented breather
We
cap.
could build a plywood computer desk,
Remove this
not seal or paint it,
Remove the breather cap from the bag
and just
attached to
hit it
plug,
with the pressure washer full blast.
Tighten securely. Failure to replace this plug can cause the pump to overpressurize and forcibly eject the plug in hot oil. Your pressure washer is shipped with oil.
Wait.
Please check the maintenance section of your owner's manual.
He just explained how if you miss this one little step of screwing on this plug, your pressure washer will explode and shoot hot oil at you.
Line at 1-800-888-2468 extension
How about
2.
that?
You'll need a garden hose, a small funnel, and an approved container of standard unleaded gas. First, add the unleaded gas to the fuel tank. Do not fill the tank completely. Fuel needs room to expand. Remember, do not add gas indoors or while your pressure washer is running. Next, add the oil to the engine that is packaged with your pressure washer. If your pressure washer has an oil fill cap on the side of the engine, remove the cap. Insert the funnel and add the oil to within 1 to 2 threads from the top. Replace the cap and tighten. If the oil fill is at the top of the engine, remove the dipstick and slowly add the oil. Insert the dipstick and tighten the cap. Remove the cap again to check the oil level. Continue to add oil until the level on the dipstick reaches the full mark. Do not overfill. Connect the high-pressure hose to the pump outlet. Connect one end of the
I only have an approved container of non-standard unleaded gas.
and tighten. Turn on your water full force.
And my friend over here only has an approved container of standard leaded gas.
Completed the following. All safety instructions read and understood. All hose connections are tightened and free of any kinks, damage, or leaks. Adequate amount of oil and fuel added. Water supply turned on. All operation instructions read and understood.
I like how the checklist didn't include a specific mention of the thing you have to screw on so it doesn't explode and shoot hot oil at you.
A steady flow of water. Open the fuel valve if applicable. If your pressure washer has an on-off switch, turn it on. Set the throttle to fast. Push the lever to the choke position, or if your pressure washer has a primer bulb, push it 5 times with a pause between each push.
Ooh. Can we show that on Twitch?
Start handle to start the engine.
Can we show priming a gas engine?
After the engine starts, set the choke to the run position. If the engine does not start after 1 or 2 pulls, squeeze the gun trigger to relieve the pressure and try again. Your pressure washer is set to achieve maximum cleaning pressure. On some models, pressure can be reduced by turning the unloader adjustment. See your owner's manual for your style of unloader. To return to maximum pressure, reset to original position. You can adjust the spray pressure in pattern. To get a high-pressure spray with a variable spray nozzle, pull the spray head back until it clicks. For low pressure,
Moist, crunchy potato. Thank you for being here.
For a
and
fan
thanks for the
spray,
follow.
Turn the head clockwise. And for a narrow spray, turn it counterclockwise. If your pressure washer has a dual lance wand, turn the handle clockwise for high pressure and
There's so little pressure washing in this video. Don't they understand that that's where the real content is?
Clockwise for high pressure and counterclockwise for low. For pressure washers with a single lance wand,
Has the DeVilbiss Air Power Company never heard of TikTok? The pressure washer videos are supposed to include pressure washing. It's all about satisfying driveway shots.
your desired spray pattern, insert one of the 5 Quick Connect nozzles into the Quick Connect body. Pull the Quick Connect sleeve back and insert the nozzle.
Oh!
Turn on the nozzle to ensure
That's
that
adorable.
it is in the locked position and ready to use. When switching out nozzles, be sure the gun trigger is in the locked position and the unit is turned off. Each nozzle will give you a varying degree of spray pattern. Black, soap nozzle used to draw chemical. White, 40-degree spray pattern. Green, 25-degree spray pattern. Yellow, 15-degree spray pattern. Red, 0-degree spray pattern. For the most effective cleaning, hold the spray head 1 to 2 feet away from the surface.
Are you really supposed to pressure wash your car?
If you get the spray nozzle too close, especially on high pressure, you may damage the cleaning surface. There are a variety of cleaning chemicals that can be used with your pressure washer. Remember, your pressure washer can only draw chemicals when the spray head is in the low pressure position or when a low pressure nozzle is attached. When the spray head is in the low pressure position, place the injector hose with the small filter into the chemical container. Squeeze the gun trigger to start chemical flow.
Pontiac Grand Am.
Some pressure washers are equipped with a chemical adjustment knob. Turn the chemical adjustment knob counterclockwise to increase the chemical flow or clockwise to decrease it. If you turn it too far, you can shut off the flow. When everything is properly set, you will see the chemical being drawn through the clear hose. For maximum cleaning, allow the chemical to soak for 3 to 5 minutes. To rinse, move the spray head to the high pressure position. Squeeze the trigger to clean the chemical from the system. Start at the top of the area to be rinsed and work your way down. When you're finished, flush the injector system by setting the spray head to the low pressure position. Put the chemical injector hose in a pail of clean water. Squeeze the trigger until clean water exits the spray head. To turn off the engine, simply move either the throttle lever or the
Okay, who else wants points?
stop position. Detailed operating procedures are included in your owner's manual. If you have any questions, please call our toll-free helpline at 1-800-888-2468, extension 2. If you run your pressure washer more than 2 minutes without pulling the trigger on the spray gun, the water temperature inside the pump begins to rise. When it gets too hot, a thermal relief valve opens and releases some of the hot water from the pump, allowing cool water to flow in from the garden hose. The hot water is released from the back of the pump. This is a special feature to protect the pump and should not be mistaken for a faulty pump. We recommend that you not allow the engine to run for more than 2 minutes without pulling the trigger on the spray gun. If you will not be using the pressure washer for more than 2 minutes, we recommend you turn the engine off. If your pressure washer begins to pulsate, make sure the water faucet is open fully. If it continues to pulsate, clean the nozzle. Detailed nozzle cleaning.
Okay, I gave everyone points, and Silver Kates, I have given you an additional single point.
A variety of brushes, wands, and soaps are available for use with your pressure washer. These accessories are available at your retailer, or call our toll-free helpline at 1-800-888-2468, extension 2, for more information on accessories. Before storing your pressure washer at the end of the season, you need to winterize it just as you would any lawn and garden equipment.
Unless you live in Alabama.
Stabilizer to the fuel tank. Hook your pressure washer up to the garden hose and run it for a full 5 minutes to get the stabilizer through the fuel system.
Burn gasoline for 5 minutes.
Shut off the engine and remove the garden hose. Disconnect the spark plug wire and remove the spark plug. Put 1 teaspoon of oil through the spark plug hole. Put a rag over the hole and pull the recoil a few times to lubricate the combustion chamber. Replace the spark plug, but do not reconnect the spark plug wire. Remove the oil drain plug and drain the oil from the engine. Properly dispose of the oil.
By chucking it in your yard.
Put a wood block beneath the wheel.
Just what every adult did when I was a kid growing up.
You may have to remove the oil fill plug to allow
dig a hole and chuck it in the yard.
Oil to drain. Replace the drain plug and add fresh oil. Remove the high pressure hose from your pressure washer and spray gun and drain the water from it. Attach a 2-foot section of garden hose to the garden hose inlet. Using this hose and a funnel, pour RV antifreeze into the hose.
RV antifreeze? God, there's so many steps to winterizing your pressure washer.
This keeps the pump from freezing. Your pressure washer is ready for storage.
Oil. Thank you.
Winterizing instructions are included in your owner's manual.
This is really discouraging me from ever owning a pressure washer.
At 1-800-888.
When you see those videos of satisfying sidewalk shots and you're like, ooh, it would be fun to own one of those. This is why it wouldn't be. You need to buy RV radiator fluid.
Pressure washer, please take a few moments to become familiar with these important safety instructions. These safety instructions are covered in their entirety in your owner's manual. Improper operation or maintenance of your pressure washer could result in serious injury and property damage.
The ghost images are
powerful spray from your
machine generated.
Damage to surfaces such as wood, glass, paint.
It's something I'm toying with
delicate objects such as flowers and shrubs.
while trying to be conscious of, like, you know, the ethical issues of AI art.
Assure yourself that it is strong enough to resist damage from the force of the spray.
So I'm not like directly profiting off of it at the moment or using it in a way that would replace
surfaces like concrete and steel.
artists. It's something you have to think about.
Spilled gasoline and its vapors can become ignited from cigarette sparks, electrical arcing, exhaust gases, and hot engine components. Wipe up all spills. Breathing exhaust fumes can cause serious injury or
But that's currently the only thing the points do. Caution.
The spray gun and wand
Caution.
is a powerful cleaning tool that could look like a toy. Keep out of the reach of children. Spray directed at electrical outlets, switches, or objects connected to an electrical circuit could result in a fatal electrical shock.
Don't spray your power washer. Don't take your gasoline-operated power washer indoors and spray it at all your electrical outlets.
Pressure washer operates
Noted.
at fluid pressures and velocities.
Good to know.
Penetrate human and animal flesh, which could result in serious injury. Never place hands in front of nozzle. Make sure your hose and fittings are tightened and in good condition. Uses of acids, toxic or corrosive chemicals, poisons, insecticides, or any kind of flammable solvent with this pressure washer could result in serious injury or death. Do not use acids, gasoline, kerosene, or any flammable
This is the most
product. Use only household detergents.
Like, I can't imagine anything turning me off of pressure washers more than this promotional video for pressure washers.
With hot surfaces, such as the engine exhaust components, could result in serious burns.
If you touch the pressure washer, it could kill you.
Control surfaces of the pressure washer. Keep children away from the pressure washer at all times. They may not be able to recognize the hazards of this product.
Is that really necessary? Folding deck chairs.
To tackle all those cleaning jobs with your new DeVilbiss Air Power Company pressure washer.
Side effects of pressure washing may include death. That was an abrupt ending to the pressure washer tape. I wonder if we get any information about the tape itself. Probably not. Nope, that's the end of it. Okay, note to self, buy a tape rewinder. Or if someone has one lying around. Texas? Africa? Arkansas. Oh, one of those was just Texas. Arkansas. If one of you has a tape rewinder lying around and you want to send it to the P.O. box, please do. But make sure you talk to each other so I don't get like 8 tape rewinders. Because I would hate to waste them. They're precious ancient technology. I do also have a VCR head cleaning tape around somewhere that I'll stick in here. It's probably a good idea to use that between streams to deal with all the strange tapes I'm putting into my deck. Oh, boy. What time is it? It's only 12:30. Oh, what else we got? Honestly, so is anyone dying to see anything on here? A Christmas one? I might save the Christmas ones for a Christmassy time. Kittens and Caboodles. Yeah, Make Mine Milk looks excellent. Our friend Joshy D sent that one in. He and Thomas were the first official contributors to the Golden VCR library. So if somebody sends in a tape, I want to wait until they're around to enjoy it before we watch it. Tone it up. Richard Simmons might be a little copyrighty, so I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to get, probably Twitch doesn't human review affiliate, but I don't want any suspicious stuff in there. The Tree Lounge Advantage looks pretty good, yeah. Because so here's what I was thinking. I was thinking I've got more in me, but I might just want to put on something long and go get some oatmeal from the kitchen. So I was thinking we could watch England, and maybe that could be our last tape in case people are, if you don't have 86 minutes to sit around and watch a tape about England, I totally get it, man. I totally understand. England seems fun to me. England seems fun. I do want to watch programming with HTML from whatever year this was. But that's like a wake up on a Saturday and put on HTML for a stream sort of thing for me. Okay, England. Yeah, let's watch England. Discover England. Discovering England, 86 minutes. This is tape 11. I know where it is. I'll be right back. Oh. I can see why people have a Stream Deck, because I have things mapped to Control-Shift, page up on my keyboard. And it's really hard to keep that straight while you're also talking. This is rewound. Pressure washers. So I'm going to put Donut Man, safety around dogs, and pressure washers back on a shelf. And I'm going to grab England. And we'll be right back. Don't send me a Stream Deck. They're like $80 or something, right? Discovering England. Excuse me. Discovering England. It's very glossy. This is distributed by Reader's Digest of Pleasantville, New York. Copyright 1989. I don't know if this was produced by... Oh, no, wait. Copyright... So the original copyright is 1989. Highlight International Film and Television Limited. Highlight House, Grimston, Kings Lynn, Norfolk, United Kingdom. And then it was distributed in the U.S. by Reader's Digest. So, oh God, I do need a Stream Deck, don't I? This is the tape. It's got a nice picture of Grimsbury Castle, or whatever that is. It would be difficult to find a more comprehensive tour through the byways and highways, lanes and paths, nooks and crannies, major sights, and unexpected discoveries of enchanting England. After seeing the fascinations of London, it's out into the country for spectacular lakes and streams, green hills and dales, charming houses and inns, castles and cathedrals, thatched roofs, and the cobblestone streets of scores of colourful towns in between, from Adelburg to York. The many pleasures en route include the highlights of Cornwall and Devon, Somerset and Wiltshire, Sussex and Kent, Suffolk and Norfolk, Staffordshire and Leicestershire, Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, the mysterious rocks of Avebury and of prehistoric Stonehenge, the universities of Cambridge and Oxford, the cathedrals of Canterbury and Wells, Windsor Castle and Hampton Court Palace, the quiet beauty of Stratford-upon-Avon, the homes of Tennyson and Captain Cook, and even Robin Hood's Sherwood Forest. A specially composed musical score and the sounds of streams, rivers, trams, and steam engines make you feel that you are there. Music by Guy Micklemore. Oh, it's Leeds Castle. Excuse me. Apologies to the English. So, let's get this. Let's get this into the VCR. Ooh, this is a heavy tape. This is what an 86-minuter feels like at standard speed. Look at that reel. And it was rewound, thankfully. So let's get rid of this. England. I'll be right back, actually. Funny enough, actually, I was recently at a thrift store and they had a section of free books sitting outside. And one of them I picked up was a magazine called This England. It's a large format, like coffee table magazine. And it's just very, very, it's like British kitsch for an American audience. It seems to be like marketed at English expats who live in the U.S., because it's just all this super kitschy shit about like, ooh, King Edward, our beautiful lord, and just lots and lots of quaint English stuff. So I feel like this tape is along the same lines. So let's pop this up here. Yeah, very, very Anglophile. That's the word I'm looking for. Boop. Boop. And let's hope it works. There's a lot of build-up, and then the VCR can just eat the tape. Tia Boo. Oh my God, that I've never heard that. I hear a telephone. Why did I hear a telephone in my left ear? The VCR is running. God save the king. There's a... Oh! Wow. I wish our good friend Hal were here to watch this stream. What time is it in England? It's England clock and England horse.
The pigeons are plump in Trafalgar Square, hand-fed by visitors who flock to the heart of England's capital city, London. It's an exciting place to be, steeped in history but throbbing with life.
Throbbing with life. So much received pronunciation.
Royal family for more than 150 years, guardian of tradition, rich in ceremony, but the centuries outside Buckingham Palace are real soldiers, Queen Elizabeth's personal bodyguards. The royal household orchestrates the pomp and pageantry that the English love and visitors envy. The spectacle of the big occasion never fails to draw the crowds.
Crowds.
An infinitely poorer place without the splendor and dignity of its royal ceremonial. Patriotism, ancient buildings, old crafts and customs, superb scenery, they're all part of a fascinating country. You'll see as we take a journey to discover England.
Reply before 30th April.
No excuse to hold a ceremony. It's part of the fabric and ritual of London life. For sheer colour and majesty, nobody does it better. Even the police, the celebrated British bobbies, enter the carnival spirit. No English pageant is complete without the Blues and Royal, the household cavalry. There's something about the glinting breastplates and helmets, the creak and jingle of harness, the movement of the proud horses that stirs the emotions. Scenes such as these are as popular as they were generations ago.
King George V, Grandpapa England, the people's king who hated foreign ways and loved his own country best of all.
And for her, riding in a horse-drawn carriage is a pleasure.
This is an article about how
Since 1952,
King George was German, but he did a not German real good during World War I.
Queen continues to top opinion polls as the most popular member of the royal family.
Oh, that is the Queen.
Oxford Street, London's shopping mecca. Shoppers mingle with friendly bobbies on foot patrol. World-famous stores are to be found in fashionable Knightsbridge. The Queen shops here.
The Queen? Why does the Queen need to shop?
It's a bustling city.
The Queen doesn't have money.
4 million people, where old-style transport moves in harmony with distinctive black London taxicabs. Street stalls add a splash of colour, and for those who want to sample the sights, why not from an open-top...
Those are Bobbies. Did one of them say Poot on its shirt?
His name, but he's one of the most photographed faces in London. He's a member of the Household Cavalry at Horse Guards Yard facing Whitehall.
Was this before London had like super crazy traffic restrictions where you couldn't drive your car without paying like £200 for the day to enter London?
Bridge, a fairy tale structure across the River Thames, overlooks another tourist favourite, the Tower of London. The tower has been a palace, a fortress and a prison in its turbulent history dating from 1078. Inside are the picturesque homes of the yeoman warders of the tower, originally appointed by King Edward VI. They're the quaintly named Beefeaters, a name which may have been derived from their fondness for roast beef. What tales they have to tell.
Ooh, I want roast beef.
Executions in the infamous tower. The city, finance houses making one of the world's great money markets, and the House of God, St. Paul's Cathedral, the 17th century masterpiece of Sir Christopher Wren. Everyday life in London is a rich tapestry. The pavement cafes, the pubs serving traditional beers, Covent Garden, once a famous fruit and vegetable market, now a setting for street theatre. They all bring pleasure, laughter, and
street theatre. Discount Michael Jackson abducting your girlfriend. Ooh, map graphics.
Let's go to a faraway corner of southwest England. the wild, rugged coast of Tintagel in Cornwall. This is Camelot country, where legend has it King Arthur was born. The ruins of the 12th century castle enhance the spectacular scenery. England enjoys a coastline of infinite variety. This is Port Isaac, perched on a cliff top, a fishing village that has earned a living from the...
We have grey rocks. We have white rocks.
The little harbour with its boats nestles at the foot of sharp slopes leading to cosy Cornish cottages. The salty tang of shellfish is in the air. It's a place where seafarers feel comfortable. The coast is Cornwall's glory, but stormy seas are no respecter of persons, be they sailors or smugglers. Till the 19th century, smuggling and fishing were Polperro's main sources of income. The little fishing harbour makes Polperro one of England's most memorable villages. It's long been a powerful magnet for tourists who like the old world atmosphere and the fishermen's pubs where stories are told of shipwrecks and heroic deeds in times of tempest.
Hey, hope you're enjoying your breakfast, Joshy D.
In neighbouring Devon is Clovelly's 14th century
Devon?
harbour.
Wait, isn't Hal from Devon?
Still in this picture postcard village with its cobbled main street. Whitewashed cottages, bright with flowers, seem to tumble over one another on the steep path to the sea. In Devon's lush green countryside, the pace of life is slower than in the towns. The people who live here have time to pause and reflect, and they're all the better for it. The English have a strong sense of history. This is Morwellham Quay near Tavistock, today a fascinating outdoor museum of industrial archaeology. It recreates the period around 1868 when there was a bustling community and thriving river port here. Morwellham Quay was at the peak of its prosperity. People made fortunes from the local copper mine and the docks had a busy trade exporting the ore. The harbour decayed after the closure of the mine, but its days of glory are relived for the benefit of tourists. The staff in period costume act out their scenes with a sense of realism. Social history takes on a new and more vivid meaning thanks to museums like this one, and has brought renewed prosperity to this corner of Devon. No detail is overlooked. The making of casks, once used to ship the ore to South Wales, is demonstrated to visitors.
Thanks for joining us, Verde Mama.
The water wheel, part of
Hope
the
you have a good one.
process of grinding manganese ore, is turning once again as interest grows in England's industrial heritage. Buckfast Abbey, a living Benedictine monastery...
Is that where they make Buckfast?
...has a history stretching back 1,000
The caffeinated wine?
Totnes Castle is a mere 600 years old. The harbour is Brixham's focal point. For hundreds of years, it was England's major fishing port. Its most eye-catching boat is a full-size replica of the Golden Hind.
I wish Petaluma had a
Francis Drake sailed around the world in the 60s.
VHS tape describing the town.
Torbay is one of the country's most popular...
That was produced in 1988.
...with moorings for hundreds of yachts. Flowers and plants flourish in the mild climate, which has a hint of the Mediterranean.
Just a hint,
No
though.
village is more typically English than Cockington, where the only taxis are...
Cockington! No village, indeed, is more quintessentially English than Cockington.
The old thatched village puts on its best face these days. In its 1,000 years, it's seen hard times. In 1279, the lord of the manor was granted the power of inflicting the death sentence on wrongdoers. These are gentler times devoted to entertaining holidaymakers.
People have chilled out quite a bit in Cockington.
Stocks, it's for fun. It's hard to imagine this rural community is only a quarter of a mile from the coast in the seaside resort of Torquay. Success is due to its determination to live in the past, capitalizing on its old world charm.
Cockstocks.
Traveling north to Exeter, the city has a history stretching back to Roman times. Its cheerful facade exudes prosperity.
They brought up this cool late 80s computer graphic map of England and showed us all these places. And now they're just zipping around randomly without showing us any context.
And today it's a city that still takes pride in its appearance.
I don't know where Exeter is.
Bringing new vigor to the waterfront. Once canals were important for transporting cargo. A horse still pulls a barge on an 11-mile stretch of the Grand Western Canal at Tiverton. Now it's for the benefit of sightseers.
There's a town called Ham.
Moving to the county of Somerset.
That's just Old English for town.
Cheddar Gorge is among the most dramatic. The famous limestone cliffs tower 380 feet above the winding road. The cliffs are made up of marine life that died millions of years ago. The gorge formed, it's thought, by a melting ice cap during the Ice Age. The result, quite a spectacle for the motorist. Not far away, the oldest complete street in Europe. The houses in Wells were built in 1360. The city's swans are almost as famous. The moat was dug by a bishop for his protection after a quarrel. The cathedral is a fine example of medieval sculpture. For sheer grace and elegance, there are few towns to equal Bath. Decorated with flowers and possessor of fine architecture, it has one of the country's greatest planned townscapes. Although a Celtic and a Roman watering place, Bath is a true 18th century city. A local postmaster financed the building of squares and crescents with their stylish stone terraces and long vistas.
The Dootman.
In the pump room, visitors gathered to taste the waters in England's most fashionable spa town. From Roman days, Bath was noted for its local warm springs.
Oh yeah, you can't swim in them anymore, right?
Lost to view for centuries.
They're full of, like, flesh-eating bacteria.
The Great Bath was only rediscovered in 1878. Set on the River Avon, Bath uses its water to good effect. Dancing fountains add to the splendor of the street scene, which is also brightened by the city's renowned floral displays. In the adjoining county of Wiltshire is Avebury, where strange stones point heavenwards. These are prehistoric monuments, and this small village has more than any other in the country. The stones date from the 2nd millennium BC. Visitors wander around the village, no doubt pondering the religious significance of the hallowed stones. Stonehenge, set in the middle of Salisbury Plain, is the finest Bronze Age circle of standing stones in Europe.
How did they get there?
Of bygone age.
You can't prove it wasn't aliens.
The task of erecting these massive stones as a ritual monument. A stone circle probably linked to important events such as the summer solstice.
This kitschy England magazine has a hymn composed by Charles Wesley.
In Sussex, ancestral home of the Dukes of Norfolk.
Look at the back of this. Have you ever seen a more English image than this?
Tunbridge Wells, in the nearby county of Kent, is one of those graceful, spacious towns which raised the quality of English life. It became popular in the 17th century when its spas matched continental resorts.
Yeah, Wiltshire is strange to me, being from having lived in LA for a while and having watched a lot of Dragnet.
The reputation of
It's
curing
Wilshire.
all manner of ailments.
Wilshire Boulevard.
Therapy became a thriving industry. The prosperity of Tunbridge Wells was assured. In England's green and pleasant land stands Bodiam Castle.
Green and pleasant land. I see what you did there.
French invasion.
I do have to go pee and get oatmeal, but the beauty is I can just leave. The VCR does the work for me.
Practically unchanged, a textbook castle.
I will be back though.
The story of
BRB.
Leeds Castle near Maidstone repeats the history of England itself. Romantic, eventful, sensational. On an island in a lake, it's called the loveliest castle in the world. The banqueting hall runs the length of 75 feet on the western side of the castle. Flemish tapestries in the hall date from the turn of the 15th and 16th centuries. Canterbury is England's premier cathedral city. Chaucer wrote in Canterbury Tales, "From every shire's end of England to Canterbury they wend." The murder of Archbishop Thomas Becket in the cathedral in 1170 started the tradition of pilgrimage. Fine buildings from the medieval period can be found round every corner, though much of the city's heritage is a result of the Norman invasion. But the focal point of the city remains the cathedral, with its impressive architecture, fine stained glass and intricate carvings. Royal Windsor, home and burial place of English kings and queens for 900 years. Seen for the first time, Windsor Castle is an unforgettable sight, a mirage of towers, battlements and pinnacles, a spectacular skyline. Windsor has many royal legacies. Queen Victoria's statue commemorates the 50th anniversary of her reign. For a town of only 30,000 people, Windsor has a wide range of specialist shops. Hampton Court Palace was given to King Henry VIII, the lusty monarch who had 6 wives. It was planned as the finest and most extravagant palace in Europe. For centuries, Oxford has been famous as a seat of learning. It ranks in importance with Athens, Rome and Paris. Yet it's more than a university town and architectural showpiece. It's also a commercial and industrial city, a combination that makes it one of the most fascinating places in the world. The poet Matthew Arnold wrote of the dreaming spires of Oxford, and the city's skyline continues to delight the eye. The almost indefinable spirit of the place takes hold of visitors and scholars alike. Many of them return again and again, so strong is its pull. The Sheldonian Theatre was designed by Christopher Wren. It was his first large-scale work and was opened with great pomp in 1669. The end of the 12th century saw the real beginning of the university. Since then, it's had influence on culture, education, science, and politics everywhere. Relaxing on the river is a traditional pastime of students who master the art of punting when they go to Oxford. Civic pride is reflected in the care of the city. Flowers give colour to the buildings. From an open-top bus, visitors can enjoy the recently restored stonework of colleges and university buildings, resulting in a honey-coloured facade. Oxford isn't just a shrine to the past, it's an academic powerhouse. Its historic buildings are the homes of some of the world's finest brains. The scholarly atmosphere of the magnificent colleges and the time-honoured tradition are an intrinsic part of the city's charm. In the heart of England are the rolling hills of the Cotswolds. This haven of peace is an area of outstanding natural beauty. Houses built of stone quarried locally add to the character. From the hills beyond to small towns like Burford, a delightful spot which has preserved the best of the past for the pleasure of today's visitors. The stocks where offenders sat in shame are still preserved in some villages. There are places in England far from the madding crowd, pastoral scenes to be enjoyed. Bourton-on-the-Water has emerged as the main centre in the North Cotswolds. And this is the village in miniature, an exact replica of Bourton, which was opened in 1937 to mark the coronation of King George VI. The model village was 5 years in the making. 12 months to measure its 46 houses and another 4 years to build them to scale. It was done as a hobby. Now it's a major local attraction. Stratford-upon-Avon is the birthplace of William Shakespeare. The River Avon is a beautiful waterway. And even without the lure of the bard, Stratford would
Hello. I'm back.
in its own right.
It's getting to be like Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
1932.
So the grocery store recently had
The world's most famous
2-pound bags of shelled walnuts for $12.
He was born in this house in 1564.
So my oatmeal is getting real rich.
Shakespearean actors perform his works at
And
the
I'm loving
Swan Theatre, and theatregoers have the opportunity to rub shoulders with thespians in the Dirty Duck pub.
Oh wait, I don't have a mute button, and this is a headset mic.
Timber-frame buildings forms a natural backdrop to Shakespeare, his times and work.
How's that going to work out?
This fine Tudor house, where the poet's daughter Susanna lived, is one of the properties preserved as a national memorial.
It flips up, but that doesn't mute it.
It's typically English,
So I need
but it's become a flourishing business.
I need a button for
Shakespeare is
that.
a profitable local industry.
Oh, hi, Brandon.
Warwick Castle is just 8 miles from Stratford-upon-Avon.
I have a tape that you might like.
A medieval castle of great beauty and rare quality, containing an outstanding collection of arms and armour. Travelling east to Cambridge, the unforgettable view of King's College and its magnificent Gothic chapel. The city owes its fame and prosperity to its 13th century university.
Brandon, I know how much you love
The
golf.
River Cam winds its elegant way through the heart of Cambridge. Boating is a tradition that has thrived for hundreds of years.
You love golf, so I figured we could watch Le Long Jeu sometime, and you could just live translate the entire thing.
The romance of the river casts its spell on many young couples. A warm summer's day, the lazy ripple of thoughts turn to proposal of marriage.
It's actually Quebec golf.
Spectators sense the mood.
But oh yeah, no, we do have HTML tapes that I'm very excited about.
Cambridge attracts 4 million visitors a year from all over the world. A city for all seasons and all sorts of people. Cambridge's splendour comes from the architectural magnificence of its university buildings. And the colleges, more than 30 of them, have an enviable reputation for intellectual achievement. Sightseers pass St. John's College, its fine entrance guaranteed to draw admiring glances. The gate tower of red brick, dressed with stone, is superbly decorated.
I feel like,
a centre of learning only for the rich and the privileged,
would it make sense
now it's open to all who can pass
if I had this automatically update my Twitch channel with like the name of the tape that we're currently watching?
The city of Ely. Its
So
skyline
that
is
when you're
dominated
browsing
by
through,
its
that's
cathedral
what you
dating
see.
From 1083.
That probably
The
makes
cathedral
sense,
in
right?
the centre of a fertile farming area is being fully restored. Aldborough on the Suffolk coast has been a fishing port since the Middle Ages, withstanding the onslaught of the sea that has swept away some houses. It's also the home of a music festival founded by composer Benjamin.
Because I'm already tracking all that. Like,
Southwold is a stylish.
I think the stream category would stay just chatting,
town green.
but like I would update the description.
Century, the town needed protection from the French. Today, its lighthouse
With
and Georgian houses
that,
delight
basically.
visitors. Moving inland, Woodbridge is an attractive town going back to Saxon times. Its old town pump is a pleasing relic of the past.
So many things to do.
Castle was built by King Henry II.
I got to implement that.
to
I got to get a
control the
VCR tape rewinder.
independent-spirited East Anglians. But Orford went into decline. Nowadays, the cannon's firepower isn't needed, though young children sometimes find other uses for the sturdy old gun. Framlingham Castle, another 12th century attraction in Suffolk. Flatford Mill, immortalised by the artist John Constable, who painted here. Windmills grace the landscape. Suffolk is a county of stunning old houses, sleepy villages, and places of character that please the eye. The timber-frame buildings, colour-washed, ornately decorated and carved, reveal riches of the past earned in the heyday of the wool trade. The English, said Napoleon,
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Shopkeepers. They are, in fact, a nation of
I'm enjoying it too.
These gardens at Bressingham in Norfolk are a public attraction.
This is a very chill England core tape.
The The owner, Alan Bloom, is also a steam locomotive enthusiast and runs his own museum. There's nostalgia for the age of steam, a golden era for the railways. So when a steam train chugs by, it's quite an exciting event for both young and old. Somerleyton Hall, an early 19th century mansion on which no expense was spared. It's the home of the aristocrat Lord Somerleyton. Take a car ride to the capital of Norfolk, Norwich. The river filled with pleasure craft is an important artery in the life of the city, which can trace its existence back 1,000 years to the time when it was a Saxon settlement. Bishop Bridge still stands after 700 years. The waterways were once used for building Norwich's illustrious cathedral. Norwich, a fine city, they call it. The cathedral, started in 1096 and almost completely Norman with medieval additions.
It's the slogan of Norwich, a fine city.
Treasure. Clusters of ancient houses are preserved in the heart of the city. Flower sellers have stores in the marketplace where Regency dandies once ordered blooms for their sweethearts. Across the market square on the horizon is the Norman Castle, today a museum. Norwich can tell of great plagues, the peasants' revolt of 1549, public hangings, the stuff of history. Linked to Norwich are the Norfolk Broads, unique waterways that have no equal in Europe. Water has a special magic, no more so than the natural setting of the lakes.
Cosmic Cyril, thank you for being here. I'm not totally sure of the schedule yet.
By the rising sea, the Broads are connected by rivers.
Probably.
The result is a
I mean, if this is a convenient time for folks, I can probably do like after breakfast stream.
A place to commune with nature along winding rivers among some of the most beautiful countryside in England. The government has given it the status.
But I might also do something on evenings or Saturdays. I plan to come up with a schedule and like post it.
The best way to see the Broads, of course, is by boat. They're in high sea.
But yeah, I might do another one
waterways in Britain.
Thursday at the same time.
But for many, this is still paradise.
So I hope to see you at future streams. Thanks for coming.
The Broads are the home of that most ancient of country industries, thatching. Some still harvest the reed beds by hand. They say the finest Norfolk reed is the best in the world. Methods vary from medieval to modern, but the product is just the same. The demand for thatching reed outstrips the supply. Thatched cottages are many people's dream homes. In the drier eastern counties, a reed roof
Thank you, Cosmic Cyril. Have a good one.
for up to 80 years. The North Norfolk coast is the haunt of sailors, fishermen and birdwatchers. Blakeney, with its attractive harbour, has become a fashionable holiday village. Its cottages, built of rounded flintstones, add to the scenic quality of the heritage coastline.
Yeah, I have been doing
Wells next the sea with its
this is an occasional thing that I was doing just every once in a while on twitch.tv/wasabi milkshake.
A little craft centres and antique
And then I decided to spin it off as its own thing. So when I was doing that, it was typically on a Saturday afternoon. And that's kind of fun to like,
with loving care. Some are converted.
I don't know, it has kind of a Saturday morning cartoon vibe, just waking up on a Saturday and heading to the VCR
look of the area.
and inviting everyone else to watch along.
Admiral Lord Nelson was born nearby at Burnham Thorpe.
So I think, yeah, Saturday is like morning-ish.
He remains a hero in the village where his father was
Is
rector.
another potential good time.
In coastal pubs, people still gather to sing seafaring songs.
Fish of the sea, come all you
And yeah, it's generally not like primetime entertainment stuff.
in this wind.
So I feel like, yeah, morning and afternoon fits better.
Sail of the seas. Says you throw a line and I'll throw you a breeze in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. And when
The ancient fisher fleet at King's Lynn, from where fishermen have sailed for 1,000 years to gather cockles, mussels and shrimps. The fishermen are a hardy breed. For them, it's a way of life.
I do love how much of a sea shanty we're getting.
Houghton Hall, one of the finest examples of Palladian architecture in England, was built in the 18th century for Sir Robert Walpole, the country's first Prime Minister. Now it's the home of the Marquess and Marchioness of Cholmondeley. Various breeds of heavy horses are shown at the mansion's
Marquess and Marchioness of Cholmondeley.
The setting for these powerful animals is, to say the least,
So very English, all of this.
fox hunting has been a popular pursuit for centuries in
We got dogs.
The West Norfolk hunt is one of the oldest in the country. Holcombe Hall, another Palladian mansion in the Grand Manor, is the Norfolk home of the Earls of Leicester. The Marble Hall is Holcombe's most famous feature. The magnificence of this entrance hall takes visitors completely by surprise. So much effort went into the house that it took 30 years to build. The carved facade of the Merengue organ, one of a number that entertain visitors at Thursford Organ Museum. The organs provide a spectacular show.
That's my weakness now.
The museum's founder, George Cushing, also has a fine collection of steam traction engines. He's received an award from the Queen for his work in preserving relics of the steam age. There's no doubt about it, for George, it's
I never danced with 2 left feet, but she's got 2 left feet, and that's my weakness now.
Dates from Roman times is the district's most colourful crop. Its oil is used in perfumes. The east of England is a rich farming area, and the fruits of the
Is this my full-time gig now? That's a good question. I ask myself the same thing.
Each summer, hundreds of recruits help to gather in the strawberries. There's no shortage of willing hands.
Like the whole, you know, goldenvcr.com and everything. This is a whole project.
Down leafy country lanes, Romany gypsy caravans
That is like the primary thing I'm spending my time on right now, and I did quit my job to do that. And it does not
Swaffham town sign is a local
earn me money.
After dreaming of finding
So it's probably not like a permanent full-time thing. But yeah, it's basically a full-time thing.
People still hope to find treasures on the market each Saturday. It's famous for its bargains, and it's a good day out, though no one has yet discovered a fortune. But each week, the ancient market breathes life into Swaffham.
Yeah, I mean, if people
King's Lynn Tuesday
if people
is
are
another vigorous institution dating back
find themselves willing to spend actual money on Golden VCR fun points, then it could become a part-time gig that's somewhat sustainable. I would like that.
The town's prosperity is based on its role as a market center for the surrounding
But
farming community.
my goal right now is to build something fun that other people can enjoy and chill. And invite other people to chill with me.
Country folk and townspeople mingle in the market square seeking fresh produce.
So thank you for being here. I love how English people say
By
produce.
the market trader's wit.
I can't swear while you're here, can I? One down there, ladies and gentlemen, 18 feet, 6 cups, 6 saucers, 6 side plates. English, eggshell, bone china.
I have so the collection is on goldenvcr.com if you want to look at it, but it's a lot of stuff like this, like weird promotional and instructional and educational tapes.
The regalia.
And then I do love
the magnificent
going through old like personal TV recordings that people have made that have like commercials and news broadcasts and just random things. Those are super fun. I only have a few of those like currently.
In fact,
but that's something that's really high value for me, just because you never know what you're going to get, and it can be like news broadcasts from 1991 that no one has seen since 1991.
The Queen's private country.
There's a lot of like fun
wrought iron
history in them.
Were made in 1862 for the Great Exhibition in London, and then given as a wedding present to the Prince of Wales, who became King Edward VII.
It's a good question. I don't think VHS tapes are region locked.
The place I love more than any
some of the tapes I have like a notice about they have some kind of special videotape DRM on them, and it's like, if your machine doesn't play this, that's why. But I haven't run into any issues like that.
The parish church of St. Mary Magdalene has a wealth of glowing colours. Much of the rich decoration is in memory of King Edward VII.
I mean, like, I've done gaming streams before, and I enjoy it a lot.
In 1911 by an American friend, Rodman Wanamaker.
Doing it consistently as like a full-time thing, though, is not. I feel like isn't for me.
Of the tiny church makes it unique. It's a special day at Sandringham. Queen Elizabeth and other members of the royal family are staying there.
Yeah, Deus Ex was really fun. Haley and I did. We played a bunch of Daggerfall back in the day, and then we played through all of System Shock 2 and then all of Deus Ex.
There are flowers for both of them from waiting children.
And that was really, really fun.
Gardens delight the royal
there are things I'd like to,
it's
other games that I'd like to do,
interlude before Sunday lunch.
And other games that I'd like to do with Haley if she's interested. Like we've always talked about playing Lost Odyssey,
wait patiently as the
which is a
endless stream of well-wishers
basically alternate timeline Final Fantasy game that has a really neat like story interludes.
The royal family take the time to have a word with handicapped visitors from a nearby holiday hotel for the disabled.
Oh, they're so kind, speaking to people in wheelchairs like that.
Princess Anne hopes they're not too cold on the chilly winter day.
I hope you're not too cold in your wheelchairs, peasants.
Wheelchair visitors, it's an unforgettable occasion. The Queen Mother brightens their day with a few cheerful words before waving them goodbye.
They are spontaneously healed.
Westward, this is King John's treasure chest that he left at Rockingham Castle. Other royal relics include Queen Elizabeth I's charter and Great Seal, granting the right to hold a market. Rockingham in Northamptonshire was built for William the Conqueror. In 1530, Henry VIII gave it to Edward Watson.
Kojun, thanks for the follow.
Still lives here. The author Charles Dickens produced and acted in plays at the castle. High on a hill over the Vale of Belvoir in Leicestershire is Belvoir Castle, which is associated with many of the bloodier episodes in English history. The Wars of the Roses, a plot to kill Queen Elizabeth I, and a 4-month siege during the Civil War. The present castle was built in 1816, though there's been one on this site since the 11th century. Belvoir, the home of the 10th Duke and Duchess of Rutland, has provided a magnificent location for such films as Young Sherlock Holmes and Little Lord Fauntleroy.
I will say there's a lot of like interesting English history in this, but it's all just kind of hand-waved behind images of castles. It's just like, here is a castle. Something happened here once. Look at the castle.
Saloon, with its superbly painted ceiling. The decoration is breathtaking. Figures of Jupiter, Juno, and Mercury.
Like, it makes me really appreciate
watched by Venus and Cupid.
It's the guy, the PBS NPR travel guy, Rick Steves. It makes me really appreciate Rick Steves because he does this kind of, walk and talk, showing different things, video format, but then he goes into the history and kind of a lot more detail and tells an interesting story.
The lush green countryside of Nottinghamshire, the epitome of England. It's the home of the legendary Robin Hood, who robbed the rich barons of the 13th century to give to the poor. The tales of Robin Hood live on, drawing visitors to the land where the peasant's hero of merry old England pitted his wits against the sheriff of Nottingham.
Thank you for the castle.
Secluded villages and Nottinghamshire's strong sense of rural history contrast with its reputation as an industrial heartland. But its rolling landscape and rich...
I wish you could do polls as a non-affiliate, because then we could do a Yorkist versus Lancastrian poll to see who wins our War of the Roses.
Morris dancing flourishes.
Ooh, it's Morris.
Where old traditions are still very much alive.
Morris dancing is the weirdest thing, and I love it.
The growing season is marked by the crowning of the May Queen. There's a rose-growing tradition that goes back a century and a half in the county. Indeed, Nottingham claims to have invented formal and elegant roses. These beautiful blooms are sought after all over the world. But it's this colourful character who's to be found everywhere. Robin Hood's statue stands below the ramparts of Nottingham Castle, the stronghold of the sheriff whose life he made such a misery. The man who used his bow and arrow to such good effect won't ever be forgotten. Sherwood Forest, where Robin Hood and his merry men took refuge, is now a visitor's centre.
In case anyone is wondering, we are 42 minutes
made a perfect hiding place.
into the England tape.
Today, the life and times of the outlaws are relived in the forest, where they rode by day through leafy glades.
Y'all want to keep Englanding?
Night on the king's venison.
If anyone wants to get off the England bus.
The exploits of the knights of old have been turned into 20th century spectacle.
Luna Gazer, thank you for being here. I don't remember if I gave you points, so let me give you some. Luna Gazer.
A modern medieval banquet offers all the fun
Thanks for being here.
reality of Robin Hood's time with rather better food and drink. It's a much more civilized existence these days for those who fancy the role of
do you want
Little
bribes
John,
for
Will Scarlet and Maid Marian?
For continuing to make my watch time go up? Sure.
6th Lord Byron, destined to become one of England's greatest poets, when he inherited Newstead Abbey in 1798. He was 10 years old and the abbey was derelict.
Bella Bunny and Ember Laura, I give you more points.
Why Byron, though poverty-stricken, so loved the place. But he was
If anybody else wants points, let me know.
in 1817. Restored to its former glory, it contains relics of Byron.
Hal, you alright?
Literary pilgrims
How you
come
doing?
all over the world to see the county where he grew up and his beloved abbey.
We're learning about England. We already went to Devon.
Giant D.H. Lawrence.
They have like rocks there or something.
Circumstances in the coal mining village of Eastwood in 1885. Now the village's most famous son, at one time Lawrence's novel Lady Chatterley's Lover brought him notoriety.
Oh, is Pickman starting?
At the local churchyard, the family's memorial records sadly that the great man lies elsewhere. Lawrence died in 1930 in the south of France. Though his body was buried at Vence, his spirit belongs to Eastwood. The countryside in is full of surprising touches.
God, I thought they did it a little later than
The
that.
small town of Southwell, dreaming in peaceful
Hal Diamond and a
seclusion,
Robin Hood
has its
outfit. Nice.
secrets. First grown here, the famous Bramley apple. But
Yeah,
Southwell called the unknown
if they're,
Cathedral, is its
I didn't realize I would be streaming while they were playing Pikmin, but I will raid them after England. Hal, have you ever seen a more English photo?
What distinguishes Southwell Minster is its carving. In the octagonal chapter house, stonemasons created one of the wonders of Britain. The foliage and
I got this free
fine example of the carver's art.
England, kitschy England magazine for Anglophiles.
In stone, a lasting testimony to the mason's skills. The old pagan custom of well dressing
oh.
observed in some English shires.
Ken Marshall.
Each Ascension Day, the wells are decorated with pictures made of flower petals.
I guess that's Ken Marshall.
In well
Hal, who's your favorite English monarch? Is it King George V, Grandpapa England?
Spirits had to be appeased.
He wasn't German at all.
Keeping the spirits in good humor,
I don't know if you knew that. Like, not any trace of German in him.
Of country life. Religious history was made in Nottingham, birthplace of William Booth, who founded the Salvation Army. The terraced home of the fiery, passionate preacher is now open to the public. Nottinghamshire has other claims to fame. The lace industry helped to establish the foundations of the county's prosperity.
Grandpa's
which
workshop.
began and still continues with handmade lace.
Granny's kitchen.
Delicate movements of the lace maker's fingers, shifting bobbins in time-honoured patterns, produce the highest quality of Nottinghamshire lace. But the ingenuity of engineers found a way to make lace with an iron machine driven by steam. Woollerton Hall was built in 1588, the year of the Armada. Surrounded by a deer park, it celebrates Nottinghamshire's history as the powerhouse of England each year. The engines are retired now, but they can still illustrate the skills of the Victorian pioneers.
Dogs.
Papplewick Pumping Station, powered by coal for more than 100 years. Since Elizabethan times, coal has made the county's fortune.
Do I understand where this is? No, they showed us a map.
It was built to boost Nottingham's pioneering water supply.
Okay, it's Nottingham. That's in the Central Midlands, right? The East Midlands?
Getting into the water mains.
It's in the middle of the country. It's where it's the part of the country where they talk funny.
Golden age of steam engineering.
Nottinghamshire, okay.
And the old machineries.
Listen, Hal, I read the
windmill.
description on the back of this.
Farmers.
I read all the English place names.
Flour has been produced since the mill was built in 1813.
Cornwall and Devon, Somerset and Wiltshire, Sussex and Kent, Suffolk and Norfolk, etc., etc. I read all of those, and I did a good job. I pronounced them right, I think.
The rushing waters
Someone else
of
will
the
back me
River
up on
Trent
that.
At Newark. Boating on the Trent gives a new perspective on town and country. The river's still a commercial waterway
Thank you, Hal.
all the way to Nottingham, but is increasingly popular with pleasure boats. The river is a very satisfying way of reaching Newark. The town owes its attraction partly to the flowing Trent and partly to being a busy place. The evangelist John Wesley described Newark as one of the most elegant towns in England.
Ooh, a new ghost.
Sitting under the gaze of the spire of the Church of St. Mary
Thank you. Thank you for the
marketplace has
ghost.
a wonderful atmosphere. It's like any other market, except that it's surrounded by 14th century
I do still have, the ghosts are still a work in progress. I want to make them more like visually readable and maybe have them show up for longer.
Are a reminder of how the town refused to submit to Oliver Cromwell in England's Civil War. It withstood 3 sieges.
But they are all being saved. You can't actually view them because I haven't built a page for you to do that, but I do have them all. All of the ghost images. Grape Soda Base, thank you for the follow.
In 1643, Cromwell's men attacked Newark, loyal to the crown, with a force of Scots and English troops.
Al, thanks for the follow.
Cromwellian troops withdrew. It took another 3 years of siege and fighting before Newark was finally forced to surrender.
That's Oliver Cromwell.
To the tranquility of Alton Towers in North Staffordshire.
Ooh.
It was in 1812 that the task of laying out the great gardens of Alton was begun by Charles.
We're going to Derbyshire.
Lords and ladies came to see the gardens, which to this day are claimed to be the most magnificent in the British Isles. Set in the beauty of yesteryear, Alton Towers today operates as a leisure.
Okay, I gotta tell you, the French do better gardens.
To surprise his guests,
This is the best England has to offer. Come on.
including this pagoda fountain.
Has Staffordshire gone down the train? Has it gone downhill? Do they dredge dead bodies out of this lake?
The Derbyshire Dales, a place that people turn to for inspiration and recreation, an area of soft, sylvan beauty. Here at Cromford, Sir Richard Arkwright conceived ideas that were to lead to the Industrial Revolution.
Hal, you also missed Cockington.
To the sea. His solution was the Cromford.
This RP motherfucker
hilly districts have
doing the narration was like, there is no more quintessentially English place than Cockington. And then we went to Cockington and we saw the Cockington stocks.
lay idle and derelict for 40 years till a group of enthusiasts restored it. The work took 8 years.
You ever been to Cockington?
Runs as smoothly as it ever did.
You're not English if you haven't been to Cockington.
3-foot beam can lift 4 tons of water 7 times a minute, feeding the canal from the River Derwent. Today, the canal is open once more, cleared by the same group of dedicated people. The boat moves along a scenic route that is part of England's industrial heritage. 1 horsepower is all it takes, not quite as powerful as the beam engine.
Oh, if anyone wants mod powers, by the way, you can have them. I'll just give them to you. I won't even, like, check who you are. And you don't have any responsibilities. You just get mod powers so you can ban
Nostalgic rides
spammers.
of a different kind are provided at the National Tramway Museum at Cryche. At the Victorian tram shelter, passengers don't have to wait long. Trams run every 10 minutes. The museum has 35 vehicles dating back to 1873. The rugged grandeur of the Derbyshire Dales lifts the spirits. The wild remoteness spells freedom. This is a place of peace and solitude, with only grazing sheep to disturb the silence. Walkers tread a pathway through the heather, exploring vast open stretches of unspoiled countryside.
Boat dog. I love it. Oh, Rebel Tech, I'm so glad. Chill is the goal.
Few landscapes can equal this green patchwork, and increasing numbers of people have come to appreciate it.
To my 3 new mods, thank you for being mods.
Become bicycle ways to open up the countryside.
Okay, Trill Girl, you get to be a mod too, thanks.
The Dales are a national park, and rangers point out sights along the way.
Butthole. Donut hole.
Viaducts are reminders of the railway age, spanning valleys where beauty sums up the magnificence of the Dales.
I love Dark Souls message raunchiness. Sure, I guess, if you want. I would love to see a Google Doc of all the fun facts. I didn't know you actually did that.
Imagine being a mill worker from the grimy new cities of the Industrial Revolution earlier in this century. Picture yourself waiting for a rare and longed-for holiday here. You'll begin to understand the affection local people have for the Derbyshire Dales.
This is all just shots of water.
The power of water at Caudle's Mill at Roseley continues to this day. The miller still grinds.
Renee, you can have more points.
Locally, using only the energy from the river.
Thank you for beta testing these strange
Become
features.
More energy efficient. Could it be that water power will make a comeback? In the valley of the River Wye, nestling under wooded green hills, lies the capital of the Peak District, Bakewell. Since Saxon times, it's been known for its iron-rich springs. Bakewell has some fine old buildings whose owners take pride in their gardens. They are cultivated to perfection. The town has a national reputation for its blooms and its confectionery, for Bakewell pudding is a delicacy the English enjoy. Another special attraction is Bakewell's Monday Market, a weekly event since 1330. It's not just the buying and
What
selling
goes in
that
a
brings
Bakewell
people here,
pudding?
but the social occasion. Nearby Haddon Hall was built 600 years ago, the most complete medieval and manorial home in England. The glorious gardens have spilled
You
over
enjoy traditional Bakewell pudding, Hal.
The original banqueting hall is still intact.
Puff pastry, raspberry jam, butter, sugar, eggs, ground almonds, lemon zest, almond extract, confectioner's sugar. That sounds good. I was expecting traditional Bakewell pudding to have, like,
Medieval wall paintings.
I don't know, a skinned rat in it or something.
Carries the infant child, a little faded, but as lively as the day it was created. A few miles to the south is Winster Village, with its sturdy ancient market hall. It's preserved by the National Trust. They've put it to use as an information centre. The Gay Gordon coach was used regularly on the London to Edinburgh run 150 years ago.
The Gay
Now
Gordon
its
coach?
destination is Chatsworth. Set on the
I love this, like, King's Quest PC speaker MIDI fanfare.
Its grounds with rolling parklands and views across the surrounding
Chatsworth is
countryside were laid out by that
objectively a silly name.
It has a natural romantic look that Brown brought into fashion in the 18th century. The house, the home of the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire, grew from small beginnings in 1552, but most of what we see today was the work of the first Duke in the late 17th century.
Yeah, what is there in Chatsworth worth seeing? Because all this tape is showing me is rich people's houses.
Changed in 300 years.
There's all I've gotten is if I go to England, there I can see streams and I can see rich people's houses.
The ceiling and carved woodwork make a rich background for the furniture and paintings, a room intended to receive kings and queens. The library is part of a burst of building in 1830, but the ceiling of gilded stucco by Edward Goodge, with paintings by Verrio,
Edward
survives
Goodge.
the first Duke of Devonshire's period, crowning a superb
They called him the
library
Gooch.
that contains over 17,000 volumes. Another product of the expansion of 1830 was the great dining room. The first dinner given was for Princess Victoria, then 13 years old. It was the first time she'd eaten with grown-ups. The sixth Duke said that the curved ceiling made him feel as if he were eating in a great truck. The sculpture gallery...
What? Was the Duke high?
...century stone and sculpted...
Man, the ceiling. It's like I'm in a big box.
This is the Chatsworth
Whoa.
Plaza, the largest ornamental vase.
Oh, it is
of the
Gooch.
nation,
Okay.
a local stone called Derbyshire Blue John. The stone's been known for centuries. There are even Blue John vases in the ruins of Pompeii.
Huh.
Working the stone is a great art, requiring patience above all else.
Requiring patience and a skillful moustache.
In its original state, it has a different kind of beauty. 19th century mining equipment is on display, but it's the rare and splendid Blue John stone caverns themselves that are a source of wonder. At Castleton, guided tours of the caverns are part of a new industry. Boatloads of sightseers journey into the caves that were hollowed out by underground rivers many thousands of years ago. A combination of rain, acid, peaty soil and limestone has formed the honeycomb of caves beneath the hills. Its backdrop of stalactites and stalagmites is a subterranean showpiece in the Derbyshire
I'm sorry.
Dales.
I did not realize the pronunciation was different.
Traveling northwestward, ancient Chester
That's
has a
different.
two-tier shopping system. The rows are raised galleries with shops at
How do you say stalactites and stalagmites?
in England. They go back to the 13th century, though Chester began life as a Roman military town. The Romans called it Diva, meaning holy place, after the goddess of the river Dee. The town is conscious of its architectural
Cave ghost.
heritage, especially its 2 miles of
I'm
city
pretty sure every American says stalagmites and stalactites.
For generations, poets have written lyrically about the Lake District in Cumbria, none more so than William Wordsworth, who was born here in 1770. He was a man of vision, seeking protection for this area of mysterious lakes, mountains, and quiet, unspoilt valleys. Wordsworth's beloved Lake District is today a national park.
Yeah, words are weird.
Streams are made for
Streams! More streams. Thank you, England.
are for adventurers. Many people are willing to accept
Rocks
the
and
challenge.
streams.
Rock climbing is an increasingly popular pastime, and this rugged spot is an ideal place to learn the ropes.
Oh, Brandon knows how to rock climb. He's a champion climber.
To the north of Derwentwater, Queen of the Lakes, is Keswick, with its 16th century Moot Hall, an old courthouse in the market square. The town today is a destination for hikers, giving them a chance to check their provisions and stout walking shoes before setting out to explore the surrounding countryside. The rewards are soon to be found, some of the most picturesque landscape in the country, a place of contrasting colors and textures.
Ooh, more MIDI fanfare. Trademark, thank you for being here.
Crowning glory of the peaks that the sheer beauty of this region unfolds.
Yeah, anyone, if you're a regular Pikmin viewer, and you're still here, please don't feel bad about leaving to go watch Pikmin.
Walkers pause at little
I will be rating them in 20 minutes, but
realize
we got
there
a little more England first.
people in the hills.
Oh.
The lakes mirror the changes of the seasons, from sunlight to shade, providing peace and solitude. Sunset creates its own magic over the lapping waters of the lakes. A rainbow stretches over the water.
I feel like they could be playing
Wordsworth called it
something more iconic,
that man hath ever known.
like the sweeping and these sweeping shots of beautiful English landscapes
In the valley of the river
with English
Kent
music,
is today
inspiring music behind it, and it's not like
principal market
Jerusalem or anything. It's just like generic MIDI.
It's a fine-looking town.
Casio keyboard, song number 84.
That gave it the motto, "Wool is my bread."
Rainbows, wow.
140 years
Those are
cruising
some
has
pretty
been
good ghostly VHS rainbows.
Windermere.
Thank you for the
It's the
rainbows.
largest and best known of all English lakes, extending more than 10 miles almost to the sea. The Lake District was discovered by early travelers 200 years ago. The first steamboat arrived in 1845. There have been pleasure
I would vote for Hal for Prime
on
Minister.
a sunny day, what better way to relax? Windermere's scenic qualities and natural setting are its main attraction. But some prefer more vigorous sporting pursuits.
I made Hal a mod. I don't know why. Someone just told me to do it.
Though a few murky characters.
Bella Bunny told me to do it, and Bella Bunny's a mod, so I trust Bella
Years
Bunny.
ago, rum and slaves were smuggled into the country by a local titled gentleman. Today, the district owes its success to its lakes, not illicit liquor. The neighbouring ancient kingdom of Northumbria today covers England's four most northern counties.
Ah,
No
the
frontier
Northumbrian
in the Western world is
streams.
more impressive than Hadrian's Wall.
What should we talk
built
about?
almost 2,000
The
years
monasteries?
ago. The Great Wall, stretching 73
Perhaps
miles from east to
the
west,
streams.
was intended to protect the civilized Roman province of the south from the barbarians of the north. No border town has a more turbulent history than Berwick-upon-Tweed. It changed hands between the Scots and English 13 times during the border wars. Echoes of the battles linger on. An Elizabethan defensive wall still encircles the town.
Wait, is it called Berwick?
Holy Island, reached at low water by
Is
a
it
causeway,
Berwick?
once had a Celtic monastery. Still standing sentinel
It's not
is
Berwick?
Innisfail Castle, built to repel the Scots. Rising above the sandy bay of Bamborough, the 12th century castle guards the one-time capital of Northumbria that was pillaged by the Danes. Throughout the Middle Ages, the owners of Alnwick Castle occupied an uneasy political position. Committed to defending the border against the Scots, they nonetheless allied themselves with Scottish kings if it suited them.
Berwick upon Tweed? It's probably upon Tweed, right?
Former battlegrounds to peaceful
That's where it is.
Northumbria's dales paint another picture. It's a panorama which has changed little over the centuries in a region that has helped to shape the course of English history. Durham is one of the most visually exciting cities in England. Rising high above the rest of the city on a commanding hilltop.
Okay, let me just Google Durham, England.
The cathedral is the finest example of early Norman architecture in the country, possibly in Europe. Its massive grandeur is enhanced by its lofty site. Sir Walter Scott called it half church of God, half castle against the Scot. The cathedral was begun by Bishop William of Calais in 1093, and the Norman work was finished 40 years later. The building's treasures are more than a collection of precious, interesting and beautiful objects. They give an insight into the beliefs and lives of the people of Durham and their worship over 900 years.
We started in London, so maybe we'll go back to London for the end.
Situated city, Durham's rocky outcrop, washed on 3 sides by the River Wear, was from the earliest times a secure fortress against invading Scots and Danes. Today, the river serves as a scenic and recreational amenity. Durham is full of pleasing streets and buildings.
Bristol?
A mixture that has evolved over the centuries.
Did we? Does anyone remember Bristol?
The towering cathedral. The combination of new
I don't
and
remember
old
Bristol.
works well. Well-preserved houses, cobbled streets and civic pride add to the character of Durham. The city's prince-bishops, who were lay rulers as well as religious leaders, occupied the castle for nearly 800 years. The bishops ruled
What about Brighton Beach? Maybe Brighton Beach is the
until
finale.
1836. Durham could have its own army, nobility, coinage and courts. The Bowes Museum near Barnard Castle houses art of national importance, none more intriguing than its silver swan. The river is made of revolving glass.
Oh, is Brighton a neighborhood?
The mechanical swan plucks a fish.
Wait, what? What the fuck is going on?
The life-size swan, crafted from silver, is believed to have been the work of a London goldsmith sometime before 1773. It performs twice a day at the museum. The fishing
That's
village
a pretty
of
good
Staines
clockwork
in
swan.
Yorkshire remains as the explorer Captain James Cook would have known it in 1744. He was apprenticed to a local grocer, but he finally persuaded his family to let him become a sailor.
Thank you.
In Whitby, he learned the mariner's trade. The harbour was the birthplace of 3 ships that carried him round the world, including the Endeavour, which Cook landed in Botany Bay, Australia in April 1770. A heritage trail has been laid out to mark his achievements. The Worth Valley leads us into Bronte country, inspiration for novels such as Wuthering Heights, a pinnacle of romanticism in fiction. The 3 Bronte sisters, Charlotte, Emily and Anne, brought fame to this corner of Yorkshire, an area known for its handloom weaving industry. Mile after mile of awe-inspiring emptiness. But beyond, on the edge of the Pennine Moors, the Brontes came to the village of Haworth in the last century to lift it from obscurity. Within a few decades, the Brontes' priceless legacy of novels, poems, and short stories.
Oh, you beat me to it. I was trying to submit a swan ghost.
Today, thousands visit the village.
I like
so
that one.
influenced the family's life and works. The Black Bull was the drinking haunt of.
I can only generate 5 images per minute, and it generates 4, so you can only do 1 ghost alert per minute.
Is in the old parsonage where the family lived.
If it gives you a big error that's like 429 rate limit exceeded, that's
the Reverend Patrick Bronte was
just
the
wait a minute and try again.
where most of the family are buried in a vault beneath the church. The spirit of the Brontes
Bronte.
lives on, and few can leave Haworth and the surrounding countryside without sensing it. Castle Howard in Yorkshire is a stately home on such a scale that critics have said, "'Tis very grand and very fine."
Yes, Mayor
Where
Rails,
do
you may
ye
have
eat
some
and Where
points.
do ye dine? Grandeur comes before comfort, but it's an 18th century palace that graces the landscape. The dome's original decoration by Pellegrini, destroyed by fire, was recreated by the Canadian artist Scott Mead. The history of York, said King George VI, is the history of England. Few would disagree.
Mayorels, you have points.
By the River Ouse, and their influence is felt to the present day in a city that has emerged as one of the finest.
Anybody else need more points? Last call for points.
Walls originally built by the Romans are the longest and best preserved in the country. Pierced by numerous towers and gates of many different periods, the defenses span.
This really does sound like Pokemon music.
Clifford's Tower was built toward the end of the 13th century.
Yes, you may.
Castle that had been there since
If I can spell your name. The
history has brought to light in so
cactus.
many ways in the city. The invasion of the Vikings, the grim siege and the Civil
Haley
War.
92.
But no one was more merciless than William the Conqueror, who subdued rebellion by a policy of scorched earth and destruction, causing great poverty. York Minster, one of the marvels of Western architecture. People travel from all over the world to see England's largest Gothic church, restored in the 1980s after the
Fire Luigi 64. I'll give you points. You can't be a mod. I have enough mods.
century cathedral has
But I'll add you to the waiting list. Thank you for your interest.
glass, one of its greatest treasures. It's a lasting monument to the craftsman who built it.
And okay, Ember Laura gets a single point. Here is a single point for you.
York is like a quiet stroll through the Middle Ages, flanked by historic buildings.
Oh my god, this music. Oh, I love it. CS more points. Oh. Those MIDI horns.
There's no prettier medieval street in Europe than the Shambles, with its half-timbered buildings and overhanging stories. The British bobby is as traditional as the tea rooms that serve the Englishman's favourite hot brew.
The most English of music.
The golden age of York was
Casio keyboard jazz.
century for 100 years. The city's prosperity was then due to the weaving industry. Minerva, goddess of wisdom, is symbolic of the city father's determination to safeguard York's architecture. The Merchant Adventurers Hall reflects the wealth and power of its traders through the centuries. Today, York's ageless charm makes it an unusually distinctive and attractive place to live and work.
Who doesn't love York?
Over the red roofs of the lovely town of Beverley stands the Minster, with its perfectly proportioned western tower.
Trill, yes. I will give you points.
Burton Constable Hall near Hull is an Elizabethan house built around 1570.
Ooh, those are good.
The staircase hall, one of the largest rooms, has tulip lights on the handrail, a rare survivor from the days of candle lighting. Many of the great halls of England can claim to be haunted. This one has 3 ghosts. One is said to be a former owner, another a nun seen floating down the long gallery, and the third a 19th century nanny who's buried in the family mausoleum. Thornton Abbey was one of the greatest.
We have actual ghosts now.
Now its 14th century gatehouse gazes sadly down on the traveller. Its carved figures on the west front remind us of the abbey's fame until King Henry VIII closed the monasteries. A deer park is very English, and Normanby Hall in Lincolnshire has large free-roaming herds. It's a country park now, and the mansion dating from 1830 is open to the public. The house, built for the family that once owned Buckingham Palace, is a period showplace. That's John Sheffield, 1st Duke of Buckingham. The house has been altered since his day, but the Sheffield family still lives here, though the hall is now part of the local museum service.
Yeah, I love the zoom out from the deer to the map and then immediately back to the deer.
Colors to the period furniture.
Yeah, I definitely need to,
Gainsborough Old Hall,
for giving out free points to viewers, I need to automate that.
years ago. The vast kitchen is as it was in medieval times, with 2 huge fireplaces ready to roast a whole ox with the help of a system of pulleys and chains. There's even a ghost, the Lady in Grey, and the rafters are just as they were when they rang to the feasting of Richard III. Lincoln is the county's capital and its crowning
Now,
glory.
why would you eat an
It's
ox?
the hub now as it was in Roman times. Within the walls of the 11th century castle stand the courtrooms. Prisoners, once convicted, were held in the castle and taken to the chapel to worship.
Yeah, I definitely want channel points or bits to
High-sided locked pews,
seamlessly tie into the points.
but not each other. All the chaplain saw was a row of cropped heads. Lincoln Cathedral, begun in 1072, soars over the city. The library, designed by Sir Christopher Wren, contains many rare books. A treasured parchment is one of the 4 surviving originals of Magna Carta. If architecture is the art of enclosing light and air in a shell of
Yeah,
stone,
so this is an 86-minute tape,
one of the world's
and we are at minute 76.
add to the visual experience the
So we've just got about 10 minutes left.
The music and the masonry are a fitting accompaniment to the splendor of the windows of England's 3rd largest cathedral.
Anglicans do love choir boys.
Known as the Bishop's Eye is a glorious
I mean, they got some good boy choirs, those Anglicans.
Far above the floor of the angel choir, the famous Lincoln Imp, the city's symbol, grins down from its lofty, majestic setting. The architecture of Lincoln spans 2,000 years, the good times and the bad times from the Romans to today. But the old buildings have been kept alive.
Oh, that's right, raid messages.
Functional now as when they were built. Shops selling antiques and souvenirs are found mainly in the historic streets that still retain their medieval character despite the influences of the changing centuries. Lincoln now reaps the benefit of preserving the best of the past with its old world appeal and atmosphere. The poet Alfred Lord Tennyson, one of Lincoln's
I do like
famous
Lewd and Screwed.
sons, is commemorated in the city. His books and manuscripts are kept in a special library for scholars to study. The vast collection includes the manuscript of In Memoriam, the poem which made his reputation. Among the priceless relics are letters to and from Tennyson
Famous
and his family,
Lincoln
including one from Queen Victoria.
How were you previously aware of the famous Lincoln Imp?
Of Tennyson was erected by Lincoln in
Does everyone know about the famous Lincoln Imp? Is that something they teach you in school?
Tennyson was born in Somersby. The countryside around inspired his works.
What makes him famous?
My feet are set.
Is he like
to leave the pleasant fields and
pissing
farms.
or something?
They mix in one another's arms to one pure image of regret.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Boston Stump, it's called, the medieval lantern tower of St. Botolph's Church, a landmark seen from 20 miles away. Boston's a gracious town that gave its name to the city in Massachusetts after the Pilgrim Fathers sailed to the New World. The Guildhall was used to imprison pilgrims who'd separated from the Church of England. The cells still exist, illustrating the hardships faced by those brave pioneers. They finally made their escape in 1620 and sailed westward to freedom. The room where they were put on trial is now part of local history.
Ooh, Boston
so are the town's treasures, silver regalia collected over the centuries. It's a sparkling array of silver plate befitting a town that still places value on civic pride. Boston, steeped in antiquity, was, after all, England's premier port in the 13th century. Possibly the only circular cricket ground in England is at Belton House. The 17th century hall near Grantham is in the care of the National Trust. Doddington Hall, an Elizabethan mansion set in romantic gardens, has contents...
Doddington Hall. From the outside, it just looks like an unremarkable American college dorm building.
In 1440 in the Lincolnshire Wolds. Today, only the massive 5-story keep remains on the skyline. The whole region expresses the respect for the past that is a hallmark of English country life. And it's in the middle of some of the loveliest landscapes you could ever wish to explore.
Okay, some more quality MIDI music.
The Red Lion Hotel at Redbourne is haunted by the ghost of Nell Gwynn, mistress of King Charles II.
There have been like 6 ghosts described in this tape so far, at least.
The fire has
I did not expect it to be so ghost heavy.
but the stocks look as though they might still be in working.
Were there any ghosts in Cockington?
Fox hunting goes back hundreds of years in these parts. Tally-ho! The hunt moves off for a day's sport in the rolling hills of the Lincolnshire Wolds.
Yeah, that's how matter-of-fact he is.
Land attracts historians for what's left of its abbey.
He's not like, ooh, and people say there's a ghost. He's just like, that is a ghost.
He devoted himself to religion.
It lives in the attic.
Remote and swampy land. Crowland's triangular bridge has been called the greatest curiosity in Europe. Consisting of 3 14th century arches, the bridge originally spanned 3 streams. Stone quarried locally to build Stamford has made it one of England's most attractive towns and the first to be designated a conservation area. Just outside Stamford is one of the grandest Elizabethan mansions, Burghley House. The house was built from local limestone.
That house doesn't look that burly.
Many kings and queens have stayed here, among them Queen Elizabeth I.
Perhaps.
Decorated with scenes from ancient mythology, is regarded as Verrio's.
It's not a baby, it's an angel, Hal. An angel.
The reunion
Cherub.
of Cupid and Psyche is also Verrio's, but it's the sheer scale of his painting in the Heaven Room, the perspective so deceiving that creates an astounding 3-dimensional effect. This ceiling greeted Queen Victoria and Prince Albert when they occupied the great staterooms at Burghley.
I'm gonna say that's not our raid message. Nope. Do not listen to Hal. I know he's a mod, but he does not represent Golden VCR, despite being a mod.
The fertile farmland around Spalding is the heart of Britain's bulb industry. Producers joined forces to create Springfield's Garden, a showplace painted with crimsons, yellows, pinks, a host of vivid colours.
Yeah, I didn't expect England tape to have anything objectionable. The world we live in, though, you know?
Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, visits Springfields to see a dazzling display of tulips. She's noted for her expert knowledge of gardening. What better way of picking up new ideas for her gardens at Clarence House in London and sharing the pleasure of the occasion with a crowd of admirers.
Yeah, she been dead.
Each May, Spalding stages a spectacular flower parade. These colourful characters are decorated with millions of tulip heads that are a waste product of the bulb industry.
That's a terrifying sight.
The superb designs of the floats have made it an international event. A
Duck
great
Sailor
day for the flower
Band.
parade queen and for the tens of thousands who line the 5-mile route. 100 miles away in London, a crown of spring flowers from Lincolnshire heads for Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, the Queen Mother is extra dead.
A special day when children greet the Queen. The Duke and Duchess of York join in the celebrations from the balcony of the palace.
I don't know who either of those people are. And I don't think I need to.
The trees turn to gold as our journey ends in a country that draws strength from its deep roots. A nation proud of its rich heritage, its historic settings and ancient customs. You have discovered England.
We did it! We discovered England. Screw you, Angles, Saxons, and Jutes. Screw you, Celts. We did it first. And that was England. Thank you for discovering England with us. The end. Just to recap, folks, well, thank you for being here. Again, thank you very much. As a reminder, let's see. Actually, if we go... Oh, damn it. All right, hold on. Let me just do this real quick. Broadcasts 1. On the website, we now have a record of the tapes we've seen today. We started out with Build Your Own Desk, Plywood. We got Donut Man. Puppy Care did not work out. It got eaten by the VCR. Then we learned about safety around dogs. We learned all the ways that pressure washers can kill you and why you shouldn't own one. And then we discovered England for 86 minutes. If you would like to watch something from this collection, feel free. goldenvcr.com. Browse the collection. Get points, spend points, favorite tapes, look at tapes, read the tapes. Come back next time with something that you want to watch, and maybe we'll watch it. So with all that said, thanks for being here. I think I'm going to... Are they still on break? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and raid our good friends, Stephen and Mal, who are playing the Pikmin. Once I figure out where to do that. Twitch.tv, goldenvcr/raid Stephen George. We'll see if it works this time. I don't know if he followed me. Oh, hey, it's working because I have more than 10 viewers this time, and he followed me back. Great. Shit, what is it? Sure. Do whatever raid message you want. Bye.